to return the kick from Jake Elliott, as the Eagles will don the Kelly green uniforms for the second time this season. They wore them against the Dolphins a few weeks back, and here we go. Important game on both sides, and Isabella will just watch it bounce through the back, and will bring out Josh Allen with his 82nd consecutive regular season start, but his first career start in Philadelphia. And you see, away from home this year, the record for the team is not good. That includes a game over in London, but he leads the league in touchdown passes. He's got 19 consecutive games with at least one touchdown pass, and they looked sharp last week in their win against the Jets, 32-6. You start out with a handoff to Cook, and he is met after a gain of 1. And tell me some expectations as you meet the Bills offense, what you see today from Josh.
Well, I think the biggest thing is the turnovers this year. When he plays a clean game, they're really hard to beat. Very fundamentally sound team, but the biggest thing, the way to beat this great defensive front, they don't give up plays to the running back. You're not going to run a grid against them. It's raining. You got to use your eyes and use your legs, extend the plays, but don't give them the ball.
On a 2nd and 9, they go back to Cook with a quick pass. Looking for a blocker up front. Gabe Davis, who's exceptional at that, was up there ahead. It's going to be about 3rd and 2, maybe 3 coming up as we take a look at the starters on this Philadelphia defense under the stewardship of Sean Desai. What do you think?
What an unbelievable job by Sean Desai, but really the front office. Nick Sirianni, Howie Roseman, the way they built this thing, they started up front on both sides of the ball. It's why they're consistently a great football team. If you don't have a plan for the protection inside and on the edge on 3rd down, you will not have a chance to win this game.
They bring in Latavius Murray for 3rd and 2, and Murray, the veteran, fighting for it, and he's not going to get there, as everybody talks about this front for the Eagles, rightfully so, but it's Blankenship, the safety, who comes up to make the stick and take him off the field. Morrow was in on that also. Yeah,
Morrow shot right down, and this is where a little shift has happened. I give Desai a ton of credit, defensive coordinator. I've seen the last couple weeks them get a little more aggressive, a little more man coverage, and they're getting into their gaps quickly and sound. They're not playing the shell defense quite as much, and that open areas they had before are getting really very small. So a good decision, it appears. The Eagles deferring at the top. They only allow 3 snaps, and now the punt by Sam Martin. Covey is back deep, signals for it, waves it, grabs it, 17-yard line. Jalen Hurts, the record is remarkable. Last 17 home games, that includes postseason, 16-1, accounting for 42 touchdowns in that span. Wow. Well, you're looking at one of the more difficult teams to game plan against, because the way they use Jalen Hurts' legs, the way you have these dynamic receivers on the outside, it's very difficult because they're going to hand the ball off, quarterback keeps it, hands it off, oh, then I just pop a pass right over to one of these guys, and I feel like you have to have a great plan early in the game, otherwise you could get blown out. So from the 18, we'll call it, as the Eagles have to play a second game in 6 days in the rain. They won, of course, at Kansas City Monday night. Hurts in trouble, chased by Oliver, and he'll just throw it away. Jim, this is a scary proposition if you're an Eagles fan. You see right away Lane Johnson, as Tracy told us, being out on this bottom side. And that's troublesome because Leonard Floyd is having a career year with already almost 10 sacks. And that's going to change a lot of your game plan. You know, you go in, you don't think you need to give help over there ever when you have a guy like Lane Johnson. Lane Johnson, again, you heard Tracy report it. Woke up to the state feeling like there was an issue. Actually worked him out and decided he wasn't able to go. 2nd and 10. Here's Hurts. Again, more pressure and another throwaway. 2 plays, 2 passes, just happened to get rid of it. And again, it was Oliver, one of those in on the quarterback. The Eagles offense, so dynamic and explosive. You got A.J. Brown on one side, Devontae Smith on the other. It's almost one of those where you have to just accept the fact that you got to play man-to-man at some points in critical downs. 3rd and 10. This is one where you can kind of have shell defense, I call it, where the safeties help, because you cannot guard A.J. Brown one-on-one, Jim. He is a game wrecker, and Smith is the same way with his speed. Boy, did the Chiefs contain A.J. Brown to just 1 catch for 8 yards Monday night. Smith had a big game, though. Here's a 3rd and 10. Dancing around inside the 5. He's going to throw it away for a 3rd time. How about that? All 3 plays. He just had to get rid of it, Tony.
This was an outstanding job, and you're right. This shows you. This is why I think the Bills are going to be very tough. If you're going to throw the ball on them, Sean McDermott does a great job of disguising. I want you to watch the D-line. The integrity of the rush lanes. You see how they're kind of waiting for him to move? He was trying to get out, and they all stay in their rush lanes, and eventually that makes him have to go sideways where he doesn't get to step up and start his momentum going forward, Jim. Really well coached.
Boy, impressive series by that front, that defensive front for the Bills. So in the punt is man. Shakir is back to receive it. What a game he had last Sunday, over 100 yards. Going to wiggle and go straight.
Food.
Back here in Philadelphia, both teams 3 and out with their first series. The Bills, by the way, after the 1 o'clock results today, with a win today, would move into the top 7. They would have a playoff spot at the current time, moving from the outside of the bubble in with a victory.
The Eagles are in the middle of their stretch of murder's row. Now Buffalo's in the same way with their schedule, Jim.
Just brutal. As you see Murray take it up for about 6 or 7. Let's take a look at next-gen stats powered by AWS.
We talked about having a plan for this defensive line. Not only do they get pressure better than almost every team, but they do it so quickly, and it's so many guys, so many different, they're multiple. The different fronts and the different skill set on each of these guys, it's so hard to handle because you go into a game saying, okay, how are we going to block this guy, Aaron Donald, right? Well, this team, they just throw them all at you. They got 4 or 5 guys who are probably Pro Bowlers.
Bringing a whole second wave of them.
Yes.
As the Bills have 2nd and 4, they bring in Ty Johnson, who had a touchdown last week. The former Jet has the first down. You're talking about that schedule for the Bills. They have the 2 Super Bowl participants in consecutive games on the road at Philly, bye week, at Kansas City. Then they get the breather coming home to take on Dallas. Wow. Unbelievable.
You got me with that. I was like, really? I thought they didn't. Yeah. Yeah, and that's, Philly having Dallas and KC back. Look at that.
Then they got to go to the Chargers, which
Miami to close.
Yep.
To get in the playoffs will be a tall task. If they do, though, they are playing their best football of the season right now.
Josh Allen says we know we have to probably get to 10 or 11 wins to make it. That's what he told us yesterday. That pass is a little out of reach for Shakir.
Well, we had the Bills, Jim, and I talked about the change. I love that. I know he missed on the throw, and it was a little wide. It's raining here. Okay, give him a little reprieve. But the truth is, the more that Josh Allen takes what the defense gives him, the tougher they are to stop. The more they throw to the running backs and checkdowns, I don't know how you beat this football team. Usually it's because of turnovers, him trying to be too aggressive from time to time.
It's the second game, Tony, with Joe Brady as the offensive coordinator. See what he sends in here on 2nd and 10. There's the pass to the rookie tight end, and Kincaid falls forward for about 9. Written down by the former Titan, Evan Byard.
And this is where you see the little passes to start the game. We've seen all the years, all the deep stuff, and I think that's a conscientious effort by Joe Brady to say, let's get the ball out of Josh Allen's hands. He doesn't need to turn into Superman until later in the game. Make the game simple. And I talked about before, bore me to death with just these little completions because the defense doesn't like it.
Look at the 3rd down conversion. We got the top 2 teams in the league here today,
yeah.
1 and 2.
And they both use the quarterback's legs on 3rd down, Jim.
3rd and 1 it is, as they call on Murray for short yardage, and I think he might be about a half yard short. That's into the arms of Cunningham.
2 third downs now. They've ran the football against this Philly team, which is their strength. They are dominant.
Number 1 in the league against the rush, and they're getting over it here on 4th and a foot.
This has got to be a quarterback sneak. I think I know someone who's pretty good at it.
Look at this. They're already tipping it off as Murray is behind Josh Allen.
The extra push by the running back probably got it for him.
He's going to have it. The Eagles didn't believe it, but they can put their hands down because the Bills do have it.
You know what's funny? If you look at this, if you were going to have the tush push that the Eagles are dominant at, the quarterback sneak, Jim, what better team to analyze defensively when they go against it?
That's interesting.
They know how to do it so well because there is a nuance to it. It's not as simple as just this, but I would copy their scheme when you're going against it because they know how to probably defend it better than anyone.
Absolutely. And it worked that time for the Bills as Cook gets the handoff for 3 or 4. Hey, it doesn't hurt when you have a quarterback the size of Josh Allen, and then you got, of course, Jalen Hurts, who can squat 600 pounds. Is that what we heard?
Yeah, I think it's a house. He took a house on his back and just lifted it up.
World's strongest man.
He, pound for pound, he might be in the squatting department.
Also might be the, I don't know, most dedicated guy too. We'll talk about that later, but he has some sort of will and drive, does Hurts, and so does this guy, number 17, who has a 2nd and 7. We'll toss it over to Cook. Reddick moving in on him, and that's going to be about a half-yard short as the Bills are moving the football here on their 2nd drive of the game.
I want you to watch down here, Jim. If you look, this is a running back. This will tell you if they're in man or zone, if someone runs with them. Okay, they're in zone. No one ran with them. So when you know it's zone, you can easily go get it out there while the Eagles defense is just dropping back into zone. If someone's in man, he'll be running to him. I think Joe Brady's done a great job of that the last week and this week to start the game.
3rd and 1. Okay, they're going to go right up the middle, and they get it with Murray, the 10-year veteran. They call for him on these short yardage power plays. He got it that time.
Well, this is where, you know, we've talked about it this year, but the change why Buffalo is super dangerous is that right there, their ability to make life easy on Josh and just get the first down without him having to be a hero consistently. They can run the football. This is the best version of them. They're very multiple, diverse in the run game, and it's played out that way. They just need to keep doing it.
You saw Sean Desai, the defensive coordinator for Philadelphia, as Cook gets it on the toss. He gets about 5 yards. Running behind again, Gabe Davis. Gabe Davis last week got a game ball in the win against the Jets. He did not even get targeted in the game. One of the many things he did on the touchdown pass to Ty Johnson, he threw a beautiful block down inside the 5-yard line, and he was acknowledged after the game.
Well, it's not sexy like you, Jim, but it's the game at its core. It's about blocking, angles, tackling, and he does all of those things incredibly well that it just goes unnoticed, but not to the football team.
2nd and 6. He's got Cook. Cook drops the ball as Cunningham actually, that was Morrow. Morrow knocked it out of his hands. He saved the touchdown.
This is the biggest change since Joe Brady's come on play calling is targeting the running backs in the pass game. This should have been a touchdown.
Morrow actually didn't knock it out of his hands.
No.
He just took his towel away, and that seemed to trigger the ball coming out.
What a great play design in man coverage. You go run to him, and then you go right around on a wheel route. But like you said, we got the 2 best 3rd down teams in the National Football League on offense.
At a 3rd and 6. Quick pass. No, we got a pre-snap penalty against Buffalo.
Yeah, a little early. 79 Spencer Brown.
Full start. Offense number 79. 5-yard penalty. It's 3rd down.
That was going to be a touchdown for Cook. You know, it's a story that the Eagles were the beneficiaries of on Monday night against the Chiefs, who had a bad case of the drops.
Well, Mahomes probably threw maybe the winning touchdown pass late in the game with 1:30 to go, and he dropped it.
Yeah. Valdez-Scantling.
It was raining then too, and that's part of the game. That's why the way you call it,
3rd and 11.
As a coordinator, is to make sure that that's not going to be a thing over and over again.
Diggs at the bottom. Hasn't been targeted. We got another flag out.
Well, get those 5 yards right back and just start over again. Unless the left tackle flinched.
Before the snap, false start, offense number 60. It's a 5-yard penalty. It's still 3rd down.
Hold on, Mitch Morse, the center.
Yeah, we'll see right here, but usually you flinch the ball. I want you to look at the ball right here to see flinch. I thought it was over here. Yeah, it was the left tackle. It was Dawkins.
Well, back-to-back 5-yard penalties will probably take Bass out of play if they do not pick up any yardage here. 3rd and 16.
It's a tough call in the defense. You don't want to give up the first down, but offensively, just get the first down or just get in field goal range.
There's the pass. Incomplete. Interesting, Diggs was not on the field for that 3rd and long. That was Bradbury in the area defending. Yeah, they're going to have to. They're going to. Well, maybe they're going to go. Yeah, they're going to punt here.
Yeah, there's the footing. I want you to watch up top, though, Jim. This is what I'm talking about. Just watch right here. Just throw that ball right there. And now all of a sudden you get 6 to 8 yards. And now you're in field goal range. That's points. And I know if Gabe was wide open, I get it. But come off it. That's where I keep saying if Josh just takes what the defense is giving over and over, they'll be tough.
Sam Martin. Try to pin him inside the 10. It'll actually be at the 11 or 12. But we'll check that marker. Punt travel 28 yards.
It's a bomb. You know as well as I do that when we watch a punter punt from there, when they punt it and it goes into the end zone by 2 yards, you're like, why?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just kick it and miss-hit it almost. It's like you gain 15 yards of field position by making sure it doesn't go into the end zone.
Personal foul, face mask, kicking team.
Wow.
Number 33, this 15-yard penalty will be added to the end of the play. First down, timeout.
It's called on Neal. So all these penalties, the Eagles will end up just fine as far as field position. 3 key Buffalo penalties. Rain. We're getting a little flag fest spell
Ball
here.
Start. Offense number 69. 5-yard penalty is first down.
John Hockley and company very busy. Jalen Hurts this season, you look at his completion percentage, would be the 2nd best all time in Eagle history. And already with 9 rush touchdowns. Actually, over the last 3 years, he's rushed for 32 touchdowns, most of anybody in the league.
You see that handoff right there, Jim? And let's go to an update instead, Jim.
It's a good idea. Let's do it right now. Back up the road in New York.
All right, fellas, an 8-play drive to success.
Yeah, Matthew Stafford finds Tyler Higbee from 5 yards out. It's the 2nd touchdown pass of the day to Higbee. The Rams lead 14-8 over Arizona.
Love the simpatico there. Back to Jim Nance.
All right, thank you, guys, as they complete the pass to Devontae Smith. And a first down for Philadelphia.
Go ahead and run this right here. Now go ahead and pause right here. Go ahead and pause that. At this point, you see no one's running to the side. They make it like they're going to run the ball, and when they go down as an offensive line, you get people wide open. That's why the scheme is so hard.
Handed off to Swift. His 2nd carry picks up 2 or 3. Swift, we saw the Eagles
coming
week 1.
on, right?
Yeah, I mean, week 1 he barely played up at New England, and then week 2 it just burst onto the scene. He's 3rd in the league in rushing.
Yeah, that's a huge weapon, and right now they're really starting to. I think Philly's, when Jalen Hurts gets fully healthy, he's playing through a little knee injury, and it really does affect things. Okay, and then you get Goddard back, Jim. I think you'll see this offense take it up even another notch.
Well, they brought in Quez Watkins, who's just off of IR, been hampered with a hamstring, so he's up in the slot to the right. 2nd and 6. Hurts trying to find another option. He's going to get sacked. Goes down as a sack as Linval Joseph chased him out. Let's go to Tracy.
Well, Tony, you just mentioned it. Jalen Hurts playing through a bad contusion on his left knee. He told me he hurt it week 6 versus the Jets, and I was told it is not structural, and he has not missed a snap at practice or in a game. The bye week gave him a little bit of rest, but he re-aggravated it several times. So it's just something he's going to have to manage the rest of the season.
Yeah, he told us he's just pushing through that injury in the 4th quarter of the only game they lost this year, which was to the New York Jets. 3rd and 9. All kinds of time here. Goes down the field, and we got a flag in the secondary as it's broken up.
I was going
A.J. Brown shaken up for a moment.
I was going to say this was outstanding coverage, great protection by this incredible offensive line.
Before the pass was thrown, holding, defense number 31. It's a 5-yard penalty and an automatic first down.
You're going to see A.J. come all the way across the field. The hold's going to be on the other side right here. Douglas, who's playing really good football, but you got a tall task today when you got Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown out there. I mean, these guys, Jim, are as tough to cover as I've seen a tandem in the National Football League.
And you made the point, too. When you got Dallas Goedert, good luck.
Yes.
They may see him back in another week or so.
These motions tell you if it's man or zone. There's a lot of zone going on so far to start this game, both sides.
Hurts still has it. And the Bills are wise to that.
You could almost see the knee there a little bit, right? Where it's like he doesn't quite have that fully range of motion. But you're talking about one of the best, most consistent, detailed defenses in the National Football League for many years. And they're going to make it challenging today on this Philadelphia offense because the rules, I call it, of both sides, it's tough because Buffalo's rules make it hard on a system like this.
It's a secondary, by the way, without Dane Jackson and Taylor Rapp, both of whom were injured last week.
9 touchdowns rushing.
Here's the pass to Smith. Smith follows a block. Oh, look at this. Micah Hyde wrestles him down. It looked like there might be a big gain on the way, but Hyde wouldn't let go of him and threw him down. Pick up a 5.
Go ahead and watch the play fake and right there, the other side. And this is what makes Philly so tough. That's not, every other team calls that a wide receiver screen. Philly could hand that off. The quarterback can keep it and go, or he could throw the screen out there. And then on top of it, there's a guy running a route over there to the left. It's like pick your poison, which is why sometimes you have to lay it out and pressure. Kansas City did a pretty decent job of the simulated pressures last week.
3rd and 4. Gainwell comes in, and he is stopped, hits a wall about a yard short. Look at that tackle. Phillips.
He's got a little size to him, and here we go. 4th and 1. Everyone, look at.
You know what this means.
This is a home crowd. You should be quiet, but it doesn't matter because they get excited because it's their tush push.
Yeah. It's already worked against them in this first quarter. Now they're going to try to get one for themselves, a play that they brought into the league.
Oh, now you got to remember they've done a good job of adjusting. If you do,
Wow, look at this, playing it all the way out right over Juergens. That was Phillips who was in on that last play.
He was in on that play too. Just, the ball wasn't snapped.
Yeah, right.
He was very.
That was a lot of aggression.
Encroachment, defense number 97. This 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
I want to give Nick Sirianni and this offense credit with when they developed that. That's what you're looking for. As you see, he didn't really slow down much either, did he?
No, never did. I mean, you're talking about playing it out. He's going to make the
like
most.
Right here, it's like stop, slow down.
He's going to make the most of the 5 yards.
But what a great job by them. They were trying to draw him off sides. That's like another development, which makes it hard to time it, right?
First down from the 42. Hurts thought about loading it up, now takes off. Oh, nice cut. Down to the 25. And a big gain for the first down.
Well, that was a great job by one of the best quarterbacks in the league at sensing holes in the pass rush. And to me, that's what makes him so special, Jimmy. He finds a soft spot and then uses his legs. Next time he throws it.
Then he hands it off to Gainwell into the secondary. Gainwell down to the 2-yard line. Poyer saved the touchdown.
Well, it's another RPO, and that means 3 different options. Run, pass, or the option with the quarterback.
Might be coming back.
Illegal use of hands to the face. Defense number 91. This penalty is half the distance to the goal from the end of the run. First down.
The Eagles were so sure that flag was against them, they were already back near the 30-yard line, retreating. It goes against Buffalo instead. The ball will be spotted at the 1.
91 Ed Oliver. Hands to the face right there.
Well, they're a little more than a yard away. Yard and a half. And they're already going to their trademark play. Hurts. Powers. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
This is why Philly is so hard to stop. Look at how many guys for Philly are in there, Jim. We know about the defense. Philly puts all 11. Look at how tight everyone is. They don't let anybody get across your face, and that's the key there. Hard to tell there, but they don't let anybody actually cut across somebody to knife in, and that's part of their secret sauce, how tight everybody is.
First rush touchdown allowed by the Bills for an opposing quarterback this year. In fact, they didn't give one up all of last year. Jeffrey Lurie, his wife Tina loved it. So did Bradley Cooper, who knows a maestro like Jalen Hurts winning downs in 3 consecutive years.
It's rare when you get the first ever.
Yeah. I think we saw one on Thursday, didn't we?
Exactly right. You called it.
CBS Tuesday, head down under for NCIS Sydney. These two teams of highly trained misfits come together to defuse naval crimes. NCIS Sydney, new series Tuesday at 8, 7 Central on CBS. You're referencing Deron Bland and his 5th interception return for a touchdown in a season, a record. Now the Bills had a chance for a touchdown the last time they had it. Would have been one, but Cook couldn't hold on. Diggs has not been targeted so far in this game. There's the pass to Murray, and he's got about 5.
That's the evolution that I'm seeing more. I mean, Josh Allen could have ran, made it work, looked downfield. The more he takes the back, the more he throws it to the flat areas, not down the field, the more he's going to get the big plays. But it's going to be aggressively taking what the defense gives you. That could be a check down. That's still aggressive if they're giving you it.
2nd and 5. Now he's looking for Diggs. Nice catch. Stefan with the grab. He has been quiet for the last 5 games. He's only averaged 55 yards receiving a game over the last 5, and only 2 catches that went for 20 plus. This goes for 12.
Well, a lot of the ways is because teams know that he's the weapon. He's the guy you gotta, defend, so that you're getting 2 guys out there to make you not think you should throw there, almost like a double team. And at that point, Josh said, I'm still going to throw it out there.
So we're through 1. The Eagles up 7-0. The Bills could have had a touchdown. The Eagles got one to lead it. Who was on the Eagles staff for 12 years, including a couple of years serving as their defensive coordinator. So he's back home. His team was penalized 6 times, Tony, in that first quarter. That's most by any team in a first quarter this year. As they start the second with another pass play to Diggs.
And that structure, when he was here, he was under Jim Johnson, who's, I think, one of the greatest defensive coordinators of all time. And Sean has done that. And he's been successfully had a top defense every year since he's been in Buffalo. He had that before. But to me, that still has remnants on both sides of the ball. Great coordinators like that, great guys like that. That system will stay in play with the nuance to the new guys who come through it.
2nd and 2. They've got the first down as Kincaid makes the catch with about 3 or 4 yards to spare. He's the son of a football coach. Had a chance to visit with his mom and dad, who decided just to stay home in the suburbs of Philadelphia, in the same home that he grew up in. His dad, Rich, has been a little under the weather lately. We wish him the very best, but he coached a little Division II, Division III. He was a defensive line coach. His son wasn't able to play that position, a little undersized, but wanted to be a state wrestling champ. And a heck of an NFL coach.
Yeah, you know when we talk to him, he's a rare one, isn't he, Jim? And he knows all facets of the game.
Very much so. 1st and 10 is Allen. Pump fakes. Tries to flip it at the last second, and it's ruled incomplete.
This is outstanding defensive coverage by the Eagles. Just having a triangle, I call it. We have a guy inside, outside, and then on top. Josh smartly runs and then tries to flip it over to not lose that 1 yard.
He's only been sacked 14 times on the year.
And he's done a good job. This O-line is better, Jim. That's the one thing I think is, like, when I talk about them being able to run the football, they can run the ball, check it down. The big plays will happen when you get the single high looks like you do here. Maybe Diggs on the bottom.
2nd and 10. There is Diggs. Oh, that was almost pulled in. You talk about that offensive line, though. They've had continuity there, Tony, all season long.
That they have. This is the ball and how wet it is here, though. So it's a perfectly thrown ball, but it sometimes sticks to your hand a little bit, like it does there, where it goes out in front. Sometimes it sails on you. But the speed of that was just enough off to where they didn't connect. Look at how many times they ran it on this drive.
Yeah, all passes. And probably another one coming up here on 3rd and 10. Pass to Kincaid, and the flag comes out.
And that's going to be on 31 Byard, who had to guard Kelsey last week and did a solid job, but it's very difficult week in, week out. That's the one area where this defense struggles to me, Jim. 6 touchdowns to tight ends this year, the most in the NFL. They do a great job not allowing backs to beat them.
There were fouls by both teams on the play. Holding, offense number 73. Before the pass was thrown, holding, defense number 31. These fouls offset, replay, 3rd down.
So we got another 3rd and 10 coming up. I mean, against the pass, Tony, they're 28th in the league, 270 yards a game, 21 touchdowns allowed, and only 5 picks.
Yes, that's the one area where why they're 9-1. They're so dominant. They got 2-game edge on everybody, but it's the expectations when you look the way you did last year, right? Now you got to give them some time. Last year you talked about 250, 270 yards a game. They're giving up this year. They were 172 last year. That's a major difference.
That's massive. Here's 3rd and 10, stepping up. Keeps it. Might spin for the first. He does. Just so hard to bring down.
It's why they're so good on 3rd down. To me, it's like, if it's not there, Josh does a great job not trying to fit it in. And whenever he does scramble, Jim, he's extremely successful. Like, if you talk about over-expected that everyone says, things that he has a success rate at such a high level, he needs to do it more. We see Mahomes do it on 3rd and long a lot. Josh is just starting to do that.
The Eagles have been giving up a lot of 3rd and longs lately. They did just there. No gain on that carry for Murray. We have another update. Let's activate JB and the coach.
Raiders still playing with new life.
They are on fire. Josh Jacobs going to break the line of scrimmage and go 63 yards for the score. Start of the 2nd quarter, the Raiders have 221 yards. Kansas City's got 13. Back to you guys.
That is stunning. We're going to have that matchup on Christmas Day. We'll be in KC, but what a start for the Raiders. In fact, how about holding the Chiefs so far to 13 yards? Amazing. 2nd and 10.
That changes everything if the Chiefs somehow lose that game in the AFC.
That pass was intended for Shakir.
This is part of the plan that I would have against both these teams. Everyone knows on 3rd down, it's most likely going to be a pass, right? And the quarterback's legs. That's the things you got to defend. So you should have a spy. On other down and distances, I think pressure. Simulated pressure, because then you get a spy with the DB blitzing pretending. We'll see what Sean comes up with. You talked about their struggles there.
Yeah, they've given up in the last month a number of 3rd and longs, already won, surrendered on this drive. Can the Bills do it again? There's the pass. Kincaid. Good stick by Byard. And he only picks up a couple.
This is where their go-to, and I love it when they do this. When Philadelphia says we're not going to have some cool design on the back end, but we're going to put 5 guys on the line of scrimmage right here to rush. That means somebody's going to win quickly. And they blocked it pretty well there, Jim, but guess what? The quarterback knows you got 5 guys rushing. He's going to get it out quick.
48 yards for Tyler Bass. Kick is long enough, and it is good. Bass now 17 of 20 on the year as the Bill. And you still think there is that possibility?
I still think there's that chance. I mean, there's 3 or 4 teams on both sides that are eerily close, different strengths.
Philadelphia recently debuted the newly refreshed Eagles Autism Foundation Sensory Room here at Lincoln Financial Field. The room provides a calming space for members of the autism community during games. In this effort, led by Eagles Chairman and CEO Jeffrey Lurie, the foundation has raised more than $22 million in the last 5 years. Tremendous commitment to his community. Start a new series from the 25. That was thrown in the area of Julio Jones. Talk to me about this offensive line, Tone.
Well, before that play, they've been fantastic, and this is really why they have a chance to win the Super Bowl. 4 Pro Bowlers last year. It gives so much time that you don't have to go, oh, I got to get it out right here. You're able to look, see, but they're equally as good in the run game as the pass game. Top 3, I would say, in the league at both, and that is rare. Usually you're only good at one or the other.
A.J. Brown has not caught a ball. Again, coming off a very quiet Monday night. Hurts. Look at this up in the air, and it's taken away. That is the Bills with a takeaway, number 20 on the season. Terrell Bernard ends up with it.
And a great job by Leonard Floyd playing the play fake and not diving down. This is the one area we thought Buffalo had a chance. He's on the edge, and he reads it perfectly. He could have went for the dive play to Swift. He doesn't, and he reads the quarterback perfectly and gives Bernard a tipped interception on a huge play for the Bills.
Well, Bernard goes way back to his youth down in the Houston area with Jalen Hurts. They've gone against each other since high school when Hurts was at Channelview and Bernard was at LaPorte High School. So how about that? They meet again.
Yeah. And this team's outstanding when they get a turnover.
That's Johnson. Johnson able to break through a couple of defenders, and we've got a marker down.
You know that emotional aspect of the turnover. You come out there with juice.
Holding. Offense number 66. 10-yard penalty. Replay, first down.
And these are huge plays. Go ahead and look at the left guard right here. He's going to get out and hold right there with a little fake by the D-line. That didn't look like a ton of hold, did it?
Well, it looks like, though, it's a 7th penalty already against the Bills. Been a big part of the story for them so far in this game.
Recipe to not win a game, turnovers and penalties.
1st and 20. Go out of the backfield with it to Cook, and he's tripped up by Blankenship, who's made a couple of nice plays in this game already.
Yes, and that, you want more yards, right? You're way behind the chains, but this is great. I think this is awesome if you're a Bills fan. Josh Allen getting to the running back quickly and not having to do the hero plays consistently throughout the game. The more you do that, Jim, the more the defense will come down, and it'll open it up as the game develops.
It's got a 2nd and 16. Roby is going with Diggs. Here's the pass to Cook, and Roby slides over to make the tackle just inside the 30.
I'm not going to say it too much, but running back, this is the biggest difference in philosophy, I feel like. And part of it is Josh Allen making a conscientious effort. But Joe Brady, that running back was just kind of an afterthought. And if you got to him, it was really late. Getting to him quickly will change how defenses play you.
3rd and 9. They're best in the league with points off turnovers with 65.
Yep.
What can they get off of this turnover? Will it just be a field goal attempt? Or can they extend? Allen from the pocket. On the run. Has his target inside the 10. That's Gabe Davis with the catch.
It's a great job extending, but finding the soft spot in the pocket, slide, move, two-way option, and then you got that big arm. Good job by Gabe coming back and giving the window there for Josh on the extended play. That's a trait, by the way, both these quarterbacks are exceptional at. The best QBs in the league. It's not just that you move and run, it's that you almost create a new pocket.
It's going to empty out the backfield here on 1st and goal. From the 9.
Quarterback's legs.
He's got it. Straight ahead he goes, and he powers across again. I mean, it's like we haven't seen anybody like this since the early years of Big Ben Roethlisberger. He just can't be brought down by a single man.
He's so good at this. I mean, you look at that. 8 rushing. We just talked about Hurts having 9 coming into the game, and that's a huge, ability for a team to have that weapon in the red zone. It's why they're 3rd in the league in the red zone, because it's an extra guy you have to defend. 5 guys you can pass to, and a 6th guy can get the ball, and it's the quarterback.
Osiris Torrance, by the way, helped out. The rookie guard helped push his quarterback across.
Another little push.
Yeah, it was more than a push. I mean, it was a big-time shove, and it worked. So the first rush touchdown allowed by the Eagles to an opposing quarterback. It was set up by this play. And it ends with this one. The total touchdowns, they're also 1-2. As now Josh Allen has accounted for 30 touchdowns between running and throwing, while Hurts has 25. By the way, Saturday the SEC Championship on CBS features top-ranked Georgia taking on number 8 Alabama, coming off that miracle win against Auburn in the Iron Bowl. Matchup was certainly with college football playoff implications. It all begins at 2 Eastern with the drive to Atlanta, followed by College Football Today. That's Saturday on CBS and streaming on Paramount+. Austin Scott at the backfield gets the handle and finds a seam for about 11. Give him 10. Let's get an update. JB, the coach, what do you have?
Hard running Pacheco.
Yeah, 12 play, 71-yard drive ends with this Isaiah Pacheco 1-yard run. Kansas City gets on the board. It's still trail Vegas 14-7.
Back to Jim Nantz.
Can you imagine if the Chiefs were to lose today? I know they got a long way to go, but then you'd be talking about a 4th loss on the season and a 2nd loss in the week. 2nd in 6 days after the Eagles came back from 10 down at halftime at Arrowhead on Monday night. It was 1st and 10. Boston dropped it. I mean, that loss on the AFC side certainly opened up so many possibilities for seeding. It is so far more interesting than what's going on in the NFC right now, because you got all these teams on that right line that are still, quote, in the hunt. You got Denver, by the way, beating up right now on Cleveland. They're trying to go to 6-5.
No one would have said they'd be 6-5 after the start to the year.
No kidding. I mean, that's an amazing job by Sean Payton. Meanwhile, the Bills again trying to get to 7-5, which would put them in the first 7. As Boston Scott keeps getting called on, and they'll have a 3rd down coming up.
One of the areas I thought both these teams are vulnerable on defense is the outside running scheme. Wide zones, tosses. Both these teams are very aggressive at penetration up front, just going right to the running back, to the quarterback, that sometimes the momentum gets them upfield. You can take advantage of that. And like all the other third downs, you got to watch the quarterback's ability to use his legs.
Watch Von Miller. He's standing up on the near side, coming in on this passing down.
We talked about it last week, still getting his footing, but he's starting to come on, I feel like.
He's pushing his tackle back. It's 3rd and 6. Floyd chasing after Hurts. He throws it incomplete. And the Bills defense makes another stand.
And there was nothing open here. Great job by Leonard Floyd and Von. You notice they push the pocket. Watch on the top. He's going to push and push. They're not going to let him break contain and get outside. And then once he goes, he can't go forward. And that makes it where you can only throw it to the sideline. Well done by 47 Benford of just waiting.
They've held the Eagles to 80 yards of offense so far. Here's Mann kicking to Shakir. Deontay Hardy, by the way, is inactive today. Often handles all the punt return duties. Shakir trying to go straight ahead with it. And Sidney Brown has another tackle on the special teams. Well, the Bills have the lead on the road, 10-7.
Ants beat me, so
that's what they always say. Good luck trying to stop that.
The more that he takes, exactly. Nobody can. This is where I think they're different. Can they run out of this area of the field and not have to make some hero throw?
They go to Cook. Cook.
Nope.
Oh, look at that swarm. Wow, what a front. And that included Jalen Carter, their rookie first rounder.
Oh, you got to watch Jordan Davis right here in the middle. Sorry, right down in there. He just destroys 3 guys on his way, and he is a monster of a man, Jim. Look at him looking down. You want to fight?
Reggie Gilliam.
No? Okay, good call. Good call.
Reggie, who blew up the opening kickoff a week ago against the Jets to set a pace. This time it was Jordan Davis. We've got an injury timeout. Carter is on the field. We'll step aside for a moment. Ready to return. We've got a 2nd and 13.
Scary position on the field. It's the loudest area of the football field on the road.
Up across the middle. And Murray gives him just a little bit of room. Out to about the 8, gain of 6.
So impressed. Getting that ball out fast, just taking what the defense gives him. And that is an incredible pick by Howie Roseman. He is a monster, Jim. He flashes every game when I watch the tape, and you're like, that's a home run first rounder that'll be here for a decade.
The 9th selection overall this past spring. 3rd and 7. Good time for Allen. Got a man wide open. It's Shakir with the catch. All the way out near the 40-yard line.
That is a big time throw, and not a lot of people can make this one. He does a great job of holding the corners outside. Look at his eyes. He's going to pretend like he's turning inside and then turns right out and fires it. And the rain isn't affecting him much.
We got another defender down, and it's Fletcher Cox this time. Great veteran and such a anchor in this town, on this line in this town. He and Brandon Graham. It's Nick Sirianni.
I think he is slowly developing into one of the best coaches, and right up there with the upper echelon. What he's done in 3 seasons, nothing short of remarkable. And I know it's a whole organization, you know, that creates decisions, and, you know, but his ability to have a vision, a foundation, and they live in that, and they're so good at it. I mean, he's got that DNA and that culture exactly where you want it. I mean, they've won their last 3 games by combined 16 points, and they're not like dominating like last year, but you know what's impressive? It's their DNA of that winning culture that says no matter what, we'll figure out a way to win at the end, and they do it.
Well, they've won their last 3 games, and all of them they trailed at halftime. which is very rare for a team to do that. 3 straight weeks, come back from a halftime deficit. They're down right now at the moment with 5.5 to go.
And they've been outgained by over 100 yards in all 3 of those games. But that's where I say they have that thing. When you get the right people around, they'll still figure out a way to win.
31-yard pass play sets him up at the 39 as Cook gets ridden down by Cunningham after just a yard.
Very hard to run in the middle on this team. Told you earlier, the way to run against this Eagles team to give a chance would be on the edge.
We were talking about McDermott being from Philadelphia. It's an interesting twist. He's from here. Sirianni is from just south of Buffalo, 60 miles, in fact, away from the stadium in Orchard Park, Jamestown, New York.
Wow, that's why they can't stand each other. I'm joking. I really don't know if they love each other. I'm sure they do.
I'm sure there's respect. They don't see each other too often. The conferences as Allen play action. Up top he goes. Kincaid could not come down with it. He knew Bradbury was waiting on him.
And this ball got away from Allen because Kincaid runs an incredible route. Watch, is going to go in, pretend, and then flattening it, and the ball works upfield, which allows Bradbury to come off of Davis and get involved. But, ooh, that's a wicked shot. Ouch.
So now 3rd and 9.
3 of 5 on 3rd and long today so far. Much better than they were early in the year.
Oddly, for the second time on a 3rd and long, they take Diggs off the field. He's not in. 3rd and 9. Pass to Sherfield, incomplete, and no flag.
Pretty sure that would have been Diggs if he was in.
How about Slay on the coverage?
Yeah, great job, Darius Slay. Been playing at a high level for a long time. 5 Pro Bowls the last 6 seasons. Look at that right there. The spin and turn, and then to close the gap right there. Might have been early. I think that was probably a penalty. But in the rain with a slick, turf, and right there you see him still make that move. Impressive.
4th and 9. Sam Martin to punt. Covey makes the catch on his knees at the 19. 4:20 to go in the first half. Coming up, the Verizon halftime report. JB and all the crew with scores and highlights from the early window. It's all coming up on the Verizon halftime report, including Coach Cowher. As you see Cox heading to the locker room. Coach Cowher had 2 different stints as a player with the Eagles, 1979 and 83 and 84. Here's a 1st and 10. Give to Swift for 1, and this Eagle offense has been really contained so far, except for that one 10-play drive.
This one's all Ed Oliver right there. He's done a great job. We haven't talked about him, but he's disrupted in the run game and created for these teammates by just taking on these double teams. Ed Oliver's playing as well as any defensive tackle in the National Football League this year. He's so disruptive.
Brian Johnson, the offensive coordinator, who had a stellar playing career at Utah and was the Sugar Bowl MVP back in 2009 for the Utes, as Hurts is stopped for a loss. Let's go to Tracy.
Well, Jim, we talked about right tackle Lane Johnson out with a groin injury today. Well, so is Fletcher Cox. He went into the locker room right now dealing with a groin injury, and his return is questionable.
Long, stalwart veteran.
Where he got hurt right here on this play. The one that went for 31 was Shakir. Now you got a 3rd and 10 as we approach 3 minutes to go. Again, A.J. Brown so far without a catch. In fact, Hurts has 2 completions, 2 of 9. Both completions went to Devontae Smith.
Yeah, right when you say it.
Yeah, well, but it's not for much. Sets up 4th down.
They're going to punt here, and this is the Bills being really smart at knowing the down and distance. They're going to let you throw underneath and rally tackle. They keep the cup, I call it. Guy inside, guy outside. But if you see the coverage there, Jim, you'd find very quickly that they won't let him have that type of a catch on any other down. It's only when they're like, go ahead and take it and make you guys punt.
Braden Mann, fourth year out of Texas A&M. Brings back memories of the A&M kicker Tony Franklin here years ago, who was a great one. Shakir. Was out of bounds. Bill set up good position. Let's go for another update.
14 unanswered by Kansas City.
Yeah, Kansas City woke up. You see Patrick Mahomes going to find Justin Watson right here on 3rd and goal, and they tie him up 14-14. Back to you guys.
JB, Coach, thank you. We'll look forward to catching up with you guys at halftime here shortly. A good one out in Vegas right now. 2:10, 3 timeouts. Bills lead it 10-7. Diggs on the near side. The middle they go, and that's in and out of the hands of Gabe Davis, with Bradbury trying to break that up.
Gabe should have came back to the ball just a little more. He was open, but he allowed Bradbury to keep driving on the ball by not continuing back toward the quarterback.
Josh Allen has 13 completions for 122 yards. Once he's rushed for the touchdown, picking up 21 on the ground. Still on the north side of the 2-minute warning. 2:05, 2nd and 10. Diggs with Bradbury with the hit. And forward progress will give him about a gain of 4, maybe 5. 2-minute warning. You're watching the NFL on CBS, the home of Super Bowl 58.
Is sponsored by Percy Jackson and the Olympians on Disney Plus, and by Wendy's. Celebrate the holidays with Wendy's Peppermint Frosty.
Come back with 3rd and 6. There's the matchup with the quarterbacks. The Birds have had a hard time flying in this wet weather, with just 24 yards passing so far. Both quarterbacks accounting for the touchdowns for their team on runs. Did the Bills do a little business before halftime? They need 6 for a first here. Allen got it away, and it's caught by Diggs. Oh, it looked like for sure they would get to Allen, and Diggs takes a seat on the bench, but not until he picks up a first down.
It slays on him. This is a great strength on strength, but awesome job by Josh Allen to get out of the sack, and I think it's important to have Diggs on the field on 3rd down, don't you?
Absolutely.
Missing the previous 2 because he had to run a 50-yard route before, so it's hard to get back. That happens more than people think.
He's got 4 catches for 47. Here's first down throw, and that goes to Kincaid for another 8 or 9.
That's where you're going to see them continue to do over and over, the tight ends.
There's Phil. He knows about playing in Philadelphia just like you do. JB, the coach, Boomer, set to give you the scores and highlights on the Verizon halftime report. You played in some nasty weather here, I'm sure, a time or 2.
Oh,
It was
yes.
always sunny skies, wasn't it, for you?
It's always sunny in Philadelphia.
It is the building, by the way, where Tony threw his last NFL touchdown pass to Terrence Williams.
Oh, that's right.
2nd and 2.
Got to be a legend to throw your last pass, don't you?
Here's the pass.
Wow.
That's Gabe Davis hanging out on the sideline inside the 10-yard line.
I want you to watch the right side, and you'll just see Gabe Davis get to the outside. Watch him right here. He's going to be in here, and Josh is going to hold the safety up top here with his eyes looking the opposite way. And once he gets him out of position, fires right to the corner. That's not an easy throw, Jim. He makes it look easy, but that's very difficult.
1st and goal to go. Davis, 2 grabs, 44 yards. Timeout called by the Bills. We'll be back in 30. Back for a 1st and goal. Why did the Bills call a timeout there, Tony?
It's a good job by him staying inbounds there, and it goes out. But you're like, why are you taking a timeout? Well, the reason is your receiver's been running 40 yards downfield over and over again, and That's why Diggs came out earlier. Good job of them to give him a break and a rest, because it's not going to technically matter for you to score here.
You give it to Cook. Cuts to the right. And he's thrown down by Cunningham, who makes plenty of tackles.
Yes. This D-line wreaks havoc inside, and he runs and swallows it up when it gets on the edge. But that's where you got to run it. Just get outside on the edge.
Timeout called by Philadelphia. The NFL on CBS streams live on Paramount Plus all season long through Super Bowl 58, including next week's must-see matchups. Try it for free now.
This is a big minute and 34 right here. I mean, talk about the struggles Philly does. They have a touchdown. They're only 3 points behind. You hold them to a field goal, you can go down and score. They score a touchdown here. And it hadn't looked great on the offense right now for the Eagles recently. And that puts you in a hole. 10 points against either one of these teams is a lot.
If it says 17-7, if it gets to that point, that was the score Kansas City led at halftime over the Eagles on Monday night, which they came back from to win.
Take it back. The Eagles will do it.
Second and goal. As Allen has someone on him right away, and he's thrown down. Oh, what a play by Reddick. And look at the jersey's ripped. He just shredded the jersey.
I think it's a horse collar. Let's see this right at the end. Great job by Reddick, exploding, getting there, but right there, does he grab the back right there?
Oh, yeah. How do you not see that? Gene Steratore, that is pretty blatant, I think.
It is, Jim. Now, by rule, if the quarterback is in the pocket, you're permitted to, but we can clearly see that Josh Allen was flushed out of the pocket. At that point now, a horse collar should have been called. I agree.
Well, the officials are conferring about it. Also got the situation where Allen tried to get rid of it at the end. Was it a fumble? Was there anybody in the area? Was it grounding? What's going on here? These officials are trying to figure all that out, Gene.
Yes. Yeah, surely, Jim. And this has got some detail to it. Now, if they ruled that the official or that Josh was down by contact and then he attempts a forward pass, that is not reviewable because the ruling was down by.
Ruling on the field is that the quarterback threw the ball. There was no receiver in the area. The ball did not reach the line of scrimmage. This is intentional grounding by the quarterback. This is a loss of down at that spot. We will ask Buffalo if they want to use a timeout to avoid the 10-second runoff.
They never addressed the horse collar, Gene.
No, it's not a reviewable aspect of it. Now, what Sean Hockley's saying is he ruled now that he did throw a forward pass, wasn't down by contact. Naturally, he's out of the pocket. Ball has to get back to the original line of scrimmage or a receiver in the area. Neither occurs in that situation. So, although unfortunately missed the horse collar, now you have an intentional grounding. We are also under 2 minutes, so a potential 10-second runoff can occur. So now they're asking Coach McDermott if he wants to keep the 10 because of where we are with time remaining in the first half, or if he does not. Coach McDermott can decline the 10-second runoff if he chooses to let Buffalo have more time if they happen to get the ball back.
Philadelphia has declined the option to have a 10-second runoff because it was an incomplete pass. The clock will start on the snap. There is no 10-second runoff. 1:30 on the clock.
I believe there was a guy in the area. If you go back and look, they didn't think so because he was blocking on the play. But to me, that shouldn't be intentional grounding.
Well, it's going to be a 3rd and goal from the 16.
Well, this is a killer for Buffalo if they don't score because you should have gotten the yards for the penalty. Instead, it's a loss of down on top of it. It's not like it goes back to 2nd down.
They're still going through a major back and forth. Now a 5th official comes in.
Quick.
Okay, let's break this up and let's play ball.
Watch right here in front. Gabe Davis is right near about 2 steps in front of that. And I know you can't always get it back onto it, but there was many levels to that I thought were wrong. Didn't get the horse collar, shouldn't have been intentional grounding.
Here's the 3rd and goal, 16 yards away, and it's incomplete. And they'll bring out Bass. That was Sherfield in the area.
Well, Sherfield's supposed to go inside. You don't go outside. Right there, Josh Allen let the ball go. And that's on Sherfield right there. You're supposed to take that inside part, and Josh will talk to him as he goes to the sideline, because that could have been a touchdown.
By the way, the penalty, the grounding, was the 9th penalty on Buffalo in this first half for 65 yards. Eagles flagged once for 5. Here's the kick. Bass! Oh, wow, that was never close.
How huge is the non-call on the horse collar now? No points. 98 Carter gets his hand up and gets a piece of it.
Yeah, did he? That's what I thought. Look at him right up the middle. He did.
Look at that. Times the jump perfectly.
Remember last week he was trying to time a spike play and almost snuck under the center at Kansas City and made an interception. I mean, his timing is remarkable.
It's a great way of saying it. He has great instincts timing. He's obviously got the size, 6'3", looks like he's about 320 out there, but he's also explosive, and you can see the vertical leap there.
After all of that 1st and goal inside the 10, they come away with nothing.
Now Philly's got 2 timeouts.
There's A.J. Brown trying to get to the sideline, and he does.
Well, he's very scary when he's out in space. He's as good a route runner as there is in the National Football League, and it's why he's 2nd in the NFL in receiving yards coming into the week. But he's just so difficult for smaller guys. He's got that size to just get outside of the arm tackles.
1:17 to go in the 2nd quarter. Here's Hurts. Slips out of Von Miller's attempt. Taron Johnson chasing him out of bounds near the 40.
It's a great job by Jalen Hurts, and I could tell just a little bit of that knee where he doesn't have that next level explosiveness that you're used to seeing him kind of turn it up. You see just a little bit. And that's going to help them dramatically if he could ever get fully healthy this year. But first time I've seen Von Miller gives up a little bit of a rush lane. It was close. Both these quarterbacks take advantage of that when you go behind them in the rush from the outside.
So they've gone out of bounds on the 2 snaps. Still able to preserve the 2 timeouts with 1:08, Tony. Oh, a mishap. A mishandle on the handoff, and the Bills have recovered it. It was Gainwell who bumped into the quarterback, and Buffalo has an opportunity before the intermission.
Well, that's why they're top 5 in the league in takeaways. They do a great job, but this really is the miscommunication by Jalen Hurts. He wasn't really sure because Poyer comes flying in at the end, and he's like, well, I should hand it off. I shouldn't. It was a blitz that caught him. And that's that troublesome spot where you got multiple options and you choose the wrong one. And look at
McDermott
getting down and dirty. He likes it. He wants to be.
He's a scrappy wrestler in his day, and that was Russo with the recovery.
A couple of big plays by Russo today.
2 timeouts for the Bills. 64 seconds. Oh, Murray felt the presence of Morrow. Incomplete.
You said it earlier, the most points off turnovers in the NFL. They usually take advantage. They've already done it once today, Jim. Took advantage and scored that touchdown. Can they do it again?
Diggs is not in on this play, Tony. Sherfield at the bottom. 2nd and 10. Josh is going to take off. Will redirect inside the 20 and falling on at the 16-yard line.
And you said earlier how hard he is to bring down. And I thought he was going to slide, right? It just looked like he's about to slide. Nope.
Josh Allen has 40 yards rushing. The rest of the team has 27. They're at 249 offense to 100 for the Eagles.
And he's doing it perfectly today. I said he had to use his legs, and then he's going to have to use his eyes to look off this defense. He's done both of them really well in this first half.
He's got a 1st and 10 at the 17. He's looking for another option. There it is. And it's Murray. We got a marker. He was tackled down at the 12.
Josh Allen would not have gone through 5 guys and stayed in the pocket in previous years.
Offense number 73. 10-yard penalty is first down.
How about penalty number 10? The second penalty on Dawkins, who grew up in this area, went to Temple.
I want you to watch right up here. You'll see at the very end of the play, Dawkins will get his hand right up around Sweat's helmet there, like a little, what do they call that? A little arm lock? Or
they call it
it's a headlock. It's a headlock.
Yeah, they call it a penalty is what they call it, right?
It's an arm headlock.
43 seconds. 1st and 20, and across the middle, Kincaid dives to about the 13.
That was the area I said they got to keep going to Kincaid. That is a weakness in this style. Every defense, you can't defend everything. And the one area they leave it out there a little, there's a lot of space, is inside with tight ends.
2nd and 6. Allen to the end zone. And in the direction of Gabe Davis with Bradbury defending. Now you got 3rd and 6 with 21 seconds. They can pick up a first down at about the 7. Hey, if you're the Eagles and you're able to hold them just a field goal, and they've out-yardaged you 2.5 to 1, you're going to feel pretty good about being only 6 down at the half.
Look at that. Plays in opponent territory. You're exactly right. Philly would take 13-7 right now and walk.
It is a downpour at the moment.
Quarterback's legs again. 4 guys on one side, Jim. 4. Bring it back. No one goes in motion. It's zone. Work somebody out over here.
3rd and 6. Pass at the goal line. Caught for a touchdown. Diggs has it.
Well, you said it. This ball was thrown into a lot of people. I thought he should have just taken the out to Kincaid that we drew. Had been a little simpler to get the easy first down, but he turns back in and throws a dime in between. Watch Diggs. He's going to have a ton of people around him, and that ball couldn't have been thrown in a better spot, and what a job by Diggs.
Just make sure he broke the plane. I believe he did.
To go down and dig it out.
Yeah, his hand was underneath, so he covered himself there. Look at his right hand possessing it. That replay
touchdown.
shows he's right on the line. That's a touchdown.
As long as the ball didn't move anywhere, that's a touchdown. What a throw, and what a great catch by Diggs. A couple of huge ones here late in the quarter.
Boy, Diggs coming on for 5 for 60 and a touchdown after having only 7 catches the last 2 weeks for a total of 61 yards.
Yeah, teams have done a better job, like on Brown and him, a little bit of double teaming. But did you like the Diggs goes down and
Diggs? See, I noticed that. Very clever of you.
I'm so smart.
You see this as a catch, don't you, Gene Steratore?
I do, yeah. Yes, I do, Jim. I really feel like he got his hand underneath, and it's going to be a touchdown.
Thank you, Gene. So, 2 touchdowns off the giveaways, Tony. Extra point is good. That's 20 consecutive games now that Josh Allen has thrown for at least 1 touchdown. (17-7). Boy, Allen has been throwing the football quite well here in this not so ideal conditions.
This is why, though, for a Buffalo quarterback, if you're drafting a guy, right, you've got to be able to throw the ball. It made Jim Kelly so great, too. It's like, this is a kind of a Buffalo day, isn't it? We've been to Buffalo.
Absolutely right.
We went to Joshua time, and he goes, this will be the 7th straight game, or 6th straight game at home where they had rain or snow or something. And if you get a guy, you can't draft a guy who's just, you know, you can't throw in the weather. And that does separate certain guys. And you're seeing that play out, not necessarily because Jalen can as well, but that does separate over time all year.
And that will set up the Eagles with 12 seconds to go for the 25-yard line. Yeah, if there's any team that's going to come in here and have a day like this, these conditions, it's going to be unbothered by it all, unflappable. It's this team.
That's exactly right.
Well, the Eagles did defer at the top, so they will be receiving the third quarter kick. Can't imagine they're going to do anything with this now. Going to go back in and reset and face the exact same halftime score that they had Monday night in KC when they shut out the Chiefs in the second half and won 21-17
against Mahomes. I mean,
it's amazing.
They're going to need a similar one here in this one.
Fans are wet and restless. That's the end of the first half with the score. Buffalo 17 and Philadelphia 7. Halftime is next after these first half highlights from Verizon and a word from your locals.
Keep it right in front of you. The quarterback's trying to scramble, but the integrity of the rush lanes isn't allowing it.
Zacchaeus is back deep. And Boston Scott is over there on that side, and they'll take it out to the 25. And Tracy caught up earlier with Sean McDermott.
Coach, your defense getting it done gave you the opportunity for a touchdown down there. What do you need to see, though, especially with the 10 penalties you guys had in the first half?
Yeah, we got to do a better job fundamentally keeping our hands inside when we're blocking them and then being decisive with the ball. And they're a good pass rush team, so we got to get out and get going on it.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
See what kind of adjustments the Eagles come back with. 99 yards was their total in the first two quarters. Hurts looks to the right, nowhere to go. He's dropped back at the 20.
This is what we just talked about, Jim. The back end and the front end, it's making everything muddy. He can hand this off, but he doesn't love it. He could keep it, but doesn't love that. And then he's just a hair, like, looks like it's covered, right? Everything's just a hair late, just a little tick off. And that's because Buffalo is doing an incredible job blanketing the outside, passing guys off. They've played zone every single snap today, Jim, of the game.
2nd and 14. This time he's got protection. Coming back for it, making the catch is A.J. Brown. Just reception. No, it's incomplete. Incomplete.
I thought that was caught, too. I didn't see the late drop, but that's the pressure being in the face of Jalen Hurts right there. It's a good job by Epinesa getting up under where he had to kind of stop where the ball just tails a little bit and floats.
33 yards passing.
This is shocking. And they've had rough stretches like every team does, but third down conversions, and now you're going to go. Once again, they're going to go here and here on the outside. He's going to try and step up and get under.
3rd and 14, Julio.
Oh, that was an interesting call.
Wow. Goes nowhere. Taron Johnson was there to meet him. 3 plays and a net of -4 yards.
Well, no one's better in the National Football League at making teams punt the football quickly. In the second half, Jim, Sean McDermott, I think both of these coaches are incredible at adjusting within the game. Sean McDermott with his defense, and Nick Sirianni with this offense does an incredible job of playing the game today. Not waiting to watch it tomorrow, you know, on tape, and then saying we should have done this.
Here's the punt. Back at the 21, it's scooped up. That's Shakir. Tackled down by Jobe at about the 32-yard line. 58-yard punt. Josh Allen, what a day he's having. He's got the 10-point lead. Immediate stop to open up the third quarter. There's the pass to a wide open Gabe Davis, and he's down to the 46 of the Eagles.
Great job of play design by this Bills offense. I mean, just a wonderful job of setting it up where all the linebackers flowed right into the line there, Jim, and just creating a huge hole for Gabe Davis. That's on the offensive coordinator. Wonderful start to the second half.
It's a running play with Cook for no gain. Cunningham is there again. Tracy?
Jim, I spoke with Nick Sirianni coming out of half, and he said players and coaches have to wake up. He said turnovers have put this defense in bad situations, and they have to protect the football, and they haven't done a good job on first and second job staying out of third and long. And he said, remember, we were down 10 to Kansas City. We spoke to him this week. He said this team just does not panic. They know how to win. Not the start they wanted for the half, but we'll see what they can do here.
Thanks, Tracy. Speaking of waking up, he actually slept both Monday night, they got it about 4:30, and Wednesday night on a couch in his office. Sirianni. Here's 2nd and 10. And that goes to Shakir. Shades of Dick Vermeil, who used to do that back in the day. But it's a tough turnaround week. You know, you come in.
Welcome to the NFL.
Yeah, but the holiday
Short
throws
weeks.
you off a little bit too, I'm sure.
I mean, that's where you're going to coach or you're going to spend time with the family after things are done, because it's such a short week. I mean, you have a Monday night game. I remember when I was in Dallas, if we played Monday night, it was at Washington, at Philly, or at the Giants. You're not home until 5 a.m.
Yep.
And it's like, you got to get everything started. You're almost a day and a half behind, and that can hurt you in areas like 3rd and 4.
Here's the pass back to Shakir. Stays in bounds for an extra yard or two. A first down for the Bills.
What an outstanding play design as well again. This is the motion back and forth, and you figure out how to get someone open, but it all starts up front with the time.
Boy, he got hit, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, and he was asked, he just got hit in his...
Sweat was the one who leveled him, and he was looking around for a call, but wasn't there. They're 7 out of 13 on 3rd down. Came in as the best in the league on the season.
Well, they've done a bunch of different styles of plays.
On 1st down, they fake the handoff. Going to try to get it in there to Murray, incomplete.
I love it. When I say that, if you're a Bills fan, I love it when any quarterback does this, but it looks and you feel like you're failing when you check it down, he gets tackled for 4 or 5 yards, or if you throw it away almost right there, because it feels like he could do more, and he always has. But it is not worth the interception or the 2 picks or the fumble that gets caused. That is how you lose football games. This team is too complete to keep allowing. He's playing an incredibly precise game right now.
Here's a 2nd and 10. That's incomplete. Kincaid and Davis both in the area. And they got under the 3rd down, which they have excelled on so far today.
Josh got rushed right here. If you watch the side, you're going to see the quick jump by the left defensive end. And Josh feels like he's about to hit him. He had more time, but when a guy gets a jump like that, and really Reddick's as good as anybody in the National Football, you feel like, because you're not looking at him on your blind side, you got to get it out.
There's Reddick ready to pounce. Need to get to the 20 for a first. Pump fakes the deep ball, instead hits the defender in the back. That was Ricks on Davis, and they'll bring out Bass for a field goal try.
This is just a missed throw, and you get rushed. Go ahead and play this Skycam cool shot. When we get back, we're going to show you, Jim, how wide open he had him after the pump fake.
48 yards for Bass, who's 1 of 2 today. His last one was blocked. Good from 48 earlier. This kick sailing, and it's going to be wide right.
Buffalo dominant.
Things started going haywire for Philadelphia. Interception, set up a touchdown. Bills again best in the league on points off turnovers. I got another 7 off a turnover there, late in the half off of a fumble. Miscommunication between the quarterback and Gainwell.
Got to get outside. There you go.
Swift taken off. Hyde trying to find him and trips him up.
Wow, eerily similar to last week with the Chiefs in the second half, where Swift had that big long run as it kept going. That is the adjustment. And watch, I keep saying it's hard to run inside here. It's a lot easier to get out on the edge. And once you get out on the edge, you need one guy to displace somebody, and it creates big holes. Both these defenses, you've got to get outside more than inside in the run game.
That went for 36. They go back to Swift, and Ed Oliver is on him. Boy, before this drive, as we reside right here off of I-95, it was not named that because they had only 95 yards of offense before that run by Swift. But they've just had their first play that went for 25 plus, and they're moving. It's a game where the Bills have out-yardaged them 3-1, but the Eagles are trying to get within a score on this very possession.
Yeah, the ball's bounced a little funny, right? The ball got tipped in the air, blocked field goal, missed field goal, and all of a sudden we got a game with one big play.
2nd and 8. They're riding Swift, and he wants it. Kelsey's out there. Kelsey threw a big block on that 36-yarder. They got 3rd and 2 coming up.
And they're on to it now. It always takes you. When I said Sirianni and this staff, they're as good as anyone at adjusting. It's like, listen, they're playing it this way. They could align out wide, but if you're stunting in lower and you get a bunch of guys flowing inside, your job is to adjust. And I've seen it consistently. That's why they have that pedigree, the DNA to win games when it looks like you're getting outgained. They've been outgained, I told you earlier, 100 yards the last 3 games. They won all 3. Same thing today, but by more.
3rd and 2. Keeps it, throws it, caught, stole, down to the 4-yard line. The replacement for Goddard with his 4th catch of the season. This one goes for 14, his longest play of the year.
Very difficult. These two, one of them has to take the quarterback after he fakes it. Once you don't, both guys do the same thing on the assignment. You had the quarterback run, or you had Stoll on the side. What a play design there. That's the adjustments. Brian Johnson, well done there on offense.
1st and goal.
And I'd seen signs of them coming on, right? 2 new coordinators this year. It takes time. The subtlety, the nuance.
1st and goal. They go with Swift. He's racing to the outside, and he's chopped down after a gain of 1 by Rasul Douglas.
Who's playing outstanding. What a trade pickup.
Came into the league, by the way, drafted by the Eagles back in 2017 in the 3rd round. He was on that Super Bowl team that year, played his first 3 years here in Philly.
Yeah, he had a big game against the Jets.
Boy, did he ever. 2 picks and a fumble recovery.
Yeah. But you see the conscientious effort to get outside now in the run game. Now we'll see if Buffalo adjusts. Right here, consistently Philly goes downhill at you.
2nd and goal, 3 yards away. He still got it. Throws to the end zone, and it's caught by A.J. Brown for the touchdown.
They were all over the inside run. This whole drive was the adjustment of this Philly staff. And by getting outside, this time it was Hurts moving outside after the play fake. And you see all the guys who are in a bind. Go ahead and watch these guys up there. They don't know whether to go with the quarterback, the flat, or the corner route by A.J. Brown, who gets into the red zone.
And now Jake Elliott can trim it to 3. How things turn after it looked like the Bills might add to their total. Come away empty. The Eagles drive 62 yards in 6 plays, and it ends with this.
Everyone's singing. Have you ever seen the rain?
Oh, who'll stop the rain?
They love it here. They love football. It's
little CCR. Yeah, they're all united, and they're fired up because their team's on the board as Isabella, just brought up from the practice squad, returns that one. Josh Allen's had a hot hand in this game.
Yep, the 2 keys, extending plays. He's done that awesome today. Sometimes running, sometimes like a big shot, but the other one is eye discipline, manipulating the defense, move the safeties, and using that big arm, and that was fired in there. And that's in the rain, if you can't tell, Jim.
Heavy rain. Hasn't bothered him, though.
He's playing so poised today.
He run it up the middle with Cook for about 4. What kind of adjustments, if any, does Brady make now with the lead down to 3 as you try to put something together to counter that touchdown by the Eagles.
That's the biggest one right there. It's now, this type of team can run the ball, and their ability to run it on first down and get yards makes them so difficult because the quarterback doesn't feel the need to get yards back. And then you just play a clean game. And to me, running the football on first down or on second and long, because this defense now is going to adjust to the passing game for some of the big plays they gave up.
Run it on both first and second down. And again, it's Cook, this time for about 2. Brandon Graham was one of those in on it. This is a record-setting day for Brandon Graham, the 14-year vet out of Michigan, playing his 189th game, which is an all-time Philadelphia Eagles record. He moves past David Akers.
Unbelievable. What a career. Right now, quarterback's legs is right at the top of my list. Don't let Diggs. They did a great job of starting him in the backfield, moving him out. See how the defense adjusts to put 2 guys over here? You got 5 old linemen, 4 D linemen. If this guy stays out of the box, you can run.
He's going to keep it. He's going to have the first down as he is dragged down by Morrow. Brandon Graham was drafted all the way back in 2010 in the first round, and he has the record for the Eagles. The other record holders in this great sports town, most games played. How about Mike Schmidt, Bobby Clark, Philadelphia's very own Hal Greer. And now Brandon Graham has the mark for the Eagles, wearing the uniform the most times.
Great graphic there by our team.
Of course, he had the famous sack of Tom Brady in the Super Bowl 52, to help squelch the comeback attempt for the Patriots. 1st and 10. Shaking off the sack. Finding Cook. Good catch this time. He's got open room. And Cook is finally shoved out at about the 27-yard line. And again, that play in part due to the fact that Josh Allen just cannot come down with one arm on him.
This is when I talk about the poise. I want you to watch Byard, who's going to come running in from the top. Go ahead. And Josh slides in the line right there. And by doing so, I can't believe he got all the way back to the back. It's almost like he's conscientiously saying, scrambling, instead of looking downfield always for the big play. That is the big play. Aggressively take what the defense gives you.
Gave him a gain of 29. First down. And it's Cook running behind Mitch Morse.
Once you keep a defense on the field, and they do shuffle them in and out a lot, but in this game right here, if you early in the game, Philly was stopping the inside running game, but as the game moves on, they get a little more tired, and now you have the opportunity to displace them inside like that.
Well, it was Joe Brady who told us a 2-yard run early in the game. He called it a bloody run. Might be like an 8-yard run in the 4th quarter.
That's exactly right.
Got a new back in here. Ty Johnson on this 2nd and 6. It goes to Johnson. Oh, he slips through a tackle. Looked like he was going to be stopped for a short gain. He got another first.
You just called it the 2-yard run early in the game.
There you go.
Gets 8. How many get there, Jim? Maybe about 8?
Got exactly 8.
And you see what happens right there. You got the Eagles now going down. Dawkins with a great block at the end, and then
there's where it would have been a 2-yard run.
Correct. Early. Exactly right.
And there's where it ends up with that 8-yard gain. Just right out of the lips of the offensive coordinator. And our meeting with him this week.
Extra tackle in. Same as the last play.
1st and 10. Again, it's Johnson riding with a player on his back for 4 yards behind Morris. Tracy.
Jim, this Eagles defense playing without linebacker Zach Cunningham right now. He is in the locker room with a hamstring injury, and they are still without Fletcher Cox. He remains on the sideline with that groin injury.
Well, they've had some injuries today. Again, Lane Johnson was a late scratch after waking up, feeling like he had some issues with a groin injury. He had a surgery on his groin at the end of last season, so he was a scratch. Christian Ellis, 53, is on that defense now for Cunningham.
Yeah, and you've got
2nd and 7. All in confusion here.
This was a run blitz perfectly timed by Sean Desai. And you'll see him come flying right in the middle. Watch these 2 backers right here. You cannot run a play right up the gut when you got 2 guys blitzing. I know the quarterback could keep it or not. There's no time for that when you got with 4 D linemen and these 2 flying in at you.
We had just mentioned Ellis had come in for Cunningham, and look at that play he makes for a loss of 5. So sets up a 3rd and 11.
They've been great on 3rd and long today.
Here they come blitzing, stepping up. Going to try to run for it. Dodges one defender, and he's in for another touchdown. He sidestepped Blankenship and has rushed for his 2nd score today.
We talk about how good Buffalo has done with the integrity of the pass rush. Another all-out pressure, back-to-back plays, and this should not have been allowed. But the integrity of it, Ellis, the backup, comes in. Watch right here. He's going to go outside. Once he takes that path, it opens it up for Josh Allen.
Wow, you could see Reed Blankenship just pound his fist into the turf after he missed the tackle. Diggs was slow to get up after getting leveled by Morrow. But it's a touchdown as Josh Allen has accounted for all 3 of them. 2 on the ground, 1 in the air. Bass now to get it back to the halftime margin.
And you called it Blankenship, but how hard is it to tackle him in space?
You can't. This extra point is good.
He gets you with that pump fake, and Blankenship didn't buy it, but then the size and wiggle of a young Josh Allen.
Been up a touchdown on 3rd and 7 plus. Wow, the Eagles and the Bills were the 2 best teams in the league in terms of not giving away points in the 3rd quarter, but they both now have allowed a touchdown. Bills had only given up 12 points all season long in the 3rd. I want to give a big acknowledgement to some special members of our crew who've been just exceptional all season long, and especially this very busy week where we've had 3 games in 8 days. Our associate directors, Eric Spitzer, Justin Haley, just so much work behind the scenes and live in the heat of it all. Brilliant stuff. And our broadcast associates don't get any better. Brooke Weiss, Oise, Ohiweri. Just amazing.
They are incredible. Thank you guys.
Yeah, season of gratitude. Big, heartfelt thanks for the effort level that helps fuel this team. As Hurts now and his Eagles team are back to 10 down with 1:40 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Well, they do a good job motioning across, getting these play fakes, keeping it, throwing it, looking at the defense.
Swift, it worked well for him on the last drive, and he starts this series with a 5-yarder. Here's a look at next-gen stats, Tony, powered by AWS.
Well, the entire first half was all zone. You see this blanket coverage. They got the sidelines and everything in the middle. And the secret part of it, though, is the front doesn't rush incorrectly. So it all works together. It's cohesive. When I say that, it means the quarterback can only run sideways. He can't run up through the middle and escape things. But that's why you got to run the ball on the edge and get to those edges, because they can't blanket the outside and stop that.
And 2nd and 6. Got hit when he threw it, but open is Smith. Devontae Smith cuts back. He's got a huge gain on his 3rd catch of the afternoon. Russo hit Hurts, but he got the ball away in time, and it goes for 34.
There's the blanket coverage. So the way to get it is to get inside of that. Don't go to the outside. And you see as he does that, comes all the way across. And a poor job there by Douglas not coming off on his blanket part of it.
Get all the way down to the Bills, 38. They go to Swift. He's not even touched for the first 5 yards of that.
They're figuring out how to start with the run game. The play actions off of that same type of run outside on the edge.
Maybe they get one more play snap before the end of the quarter. Yep, they will.
Should be a similar thing here.
2nd and 5.
They fake it here while the tight end comes back. Quarterback can keep it.
Up the middle they go. Swift jammed. Gain of 1. But they're down 10 at home as we start quarter number 4. 3rd and 4 in Buffalo territory. Pressure coming in by Floyd. Hurts is going to run for it with plenty to spare.
Well, this is a good play call defensively, but it ain't going to work. Watch right here. He's a spy. As soon as this play is snapped, your job is to go get Jalen Hurts. But the problem is Jalen use your leverage against you. Dotson, it's why the guy you pick for the spy matters so much, Jim.
Yeah, Dotson was the spy, you're right.
Wasn't even close, was he?
No, Hurts was easily able to evade. Right at the 20.
Got to get the handoffs up there quick. They're changing the defense. It was empty for a second.
Here it is, the handoff. Swift, patient, as something develops for 5.
See how much they're getting outside, Jim, on the running game?
It's there almost every time for him now.
That's changed the entire complexion of the game for this offense. It'll be interesting if Buffalo adjusts, because you've done such a good job for most of the game and schematically, but they're starting to do it enough to where it's like you gotta have to bring another guy down, extra safety, and they're doing it here. There's only one guy back at safety.
Here's a 2nd and 5. It's Hurts going for the end zone, and right there with the catch for the touchdown is Devontae Smith.
This was another unbelievably designed play. And I want you to watch. It's going to be a fake screen to the outside right here. And that's going to get the safety to bite, while the whole time, here comes Smith right through the middle. Everyone bid on that fake screen out there.
Boy, Devontae Smith has been coming on here in the last month. He had 99 yards receiving in 2 of the last 3 games, including Monday night.
That's what makes him so hard to deal with. That was a great catch, too.
And he's been really clutch in the second half. So the Eagles come right back with a touchdown drive of their own to bring it back to a field goal game. Just took them 7 plays to go 75 yards, and Devontae ends up with it in the end zone. Has thrown for 2, run for 1. Allen has thrown for 1, run for 2. And we got a nail biter here in Philadelphia, a game that is absolutely essential for the Bills. You see what the quarterback numbers are. We don't have quite 100 yards yet for Hurts, but he's thrown a couple of touchdowns here in the second half. And this is you touched on this earlier, Tony, talking about Coach Sirianni. He was effusive talking about how this team has no panic in them. And a bunch of guys, he says, who know how to win. Talking about the holdovers from the 2017 Super Bowl champs, and a lot of guys on this team from Georgia and Alabama. Of course, Hurts and Smith go back to the Bama days together, and they just hooked up for a score. As they toss it here, Johnson for 2 yards.
It's that championship, that pedigree, that winning DNA. Like we said, they've lost in yards by over 100 average per game the last 3 games, but they win the game. And that's all that this is about, is winning. I know everyone wants them to just explode and dominate like they did last year for stretches. But it's a little different ball club, and the league does catch up to you in some ways with some of the scheme, and then it's your job to adjust. But they're winning while doing it.
Got to snap it. 2nd and 8. He's picked off. It's Bradbury with the interception.
Josh knows he didn't see the corner Bradbury. It's a trap coverage. Sometimes he goes back. Sometimes he stays down there low. This time Bradbury comes off, and Josh doesn't see him and makes a great interception. Watch at the top. You'll see Bradbury. He has a choice to go deep, but he's going to fall off. And Josh doesn't see him because the pressure's coming on the left side. And that's the time of the game where all of the tension. And there is Bradley Cooper loving it.
Well, he's going to look at that one and know that's now 8 straight games he's thrown an interception. And this one comes in the early stages of the 4th quarter, and the Eagles have a chance to go take the lead.
It's the emotions of that spot in the game right there.
Russo takes down Swift for a loss of 5.
Great job keeping contained there. They've gotten outside a bunch earlier. Now it's Buffalo's turn to adjust with that. But to me, that, watch, Russo, hold the edge, hold the edge. Don't fall inside. Wait for him to come to you as you set the edge.
You know, it's a game where you know the Niners and the Cowboys who won on Thanksgiving Day. There's great interest in what's happening here, hoping that somebody can put a second loss on the Eagles. And of course, San Francisco is going to be playing Philadelphia next. The Cowboys have them the week after that.
Well, to your point, if you think about this, Jim, you saw Josh Allen on the last series, how it got so loud in here.
2nd and 15 and another loss as Russo makes back-to-back plays. Go ahead.
Great job by Russo. He's having quite the game so far. And you've seen obviously in the last two, but remember when Josh Allen, he's going against the backup right tackle, that little timing, it makes a difference without Lane Johnson. But Josh had to walk up to the line and tell everybody on the play, right? Because it got so loud out here. And at home, you just stand there and you say, do this, block over here. That's why home field advantage will be so huge. Why Dallas, everyone is watching this game, because if you get it, you gain those advantages that people will never be able to describe.
Here's a 3rd and 15. Hurts looking for his second option. Pointing, planting, firing to the end zone, and it is caught! Oh, what a play for the Eagles! Zacchaeus brings it in for the touchdown.
What a job extending the play by Jalen Hurts. And he gives him a perfectly thrown ball that gives him a chance without Hyde looking back at the quarterback. He's plastering on him, but Zacchaeus right there in the middle, 13. Hyde's going to turn his head, and as soon as he does, when he turns his head right there, that ball's in the air, and he gives it where only my receiver can catch it, nobody else. Let's make sure he's in. Does he control the ball? That's going to be a touchdown.
Yes, it is.
What
hometown
a
kid.
Time play there by Hurts and Zacchaeus.
Zacchaeus, who went to high school with Swift, and eerily similar play to how Alabama beat Auburn at the end last night.
Exactly.
They made it very similar. That was on a 4th down situation. This was 3rd and 15, and Philadelphia has the lead. We do have a penalty on the PAT. I believe the Bills might have been offside.
Wow. How quickly it can turn. That championship, that winning pedigree we talked about, they showed it right there over the last 6-7 minutes of this game.
Zacchaeus had a total of 6 catches on the season
This try
before
is
that
successful.
one.
Offside. Defense number 21. This 5-yard penalty will be enforced on the kickoff.
And by the way, Jalen Hurts has thrown 3 touchdowns in his last 4 pass attempts.
Is that good? Is that good?
That's not a bad percentage. Bradbury started it. 4th quarter, we're not even 4 minutes into it. We'll take a look at what's going on the NFC side, where the Eagles again have that 2-game lead in the loss column. But on the AFC side, you don't want to overemphasize it, but I mean, this is absolutely vital that the Bills, they need to win. You had to figure going in, can they get a win on the road at Philadelphia, or can they get a win at Kansas City after their bye week? That's their next, that's this game and the next game. Otherwise, they're under 500 in December. Here's the throw down the middle. He's got Gabe Davis. Across the 40.
Outside of the last interception, but Josh using his eyes great, but you're exactly right. If you're a Bills fan, you are clenching your teeth right now, biting your nails, because you know this schedule right here, it's murderer's row. I mean, you've got 3 at least Super Bowl contending teams there. The other 2, you got 1 on the road. I mean, this is, you don't want to say it's a must win, okay?
But it is close.
The next 3 all feel like if they go 1 and 2, it's more than likely a long shot.
That is Cook being wrapped up. Carter got a hold of him. Well, this is a game where really for 2.5 quarters, they pretty much dominated.
Yes, they had. I mean, the 2 missed field goals were huge. If you think about it, that usually comes back to bite you against great teams. The penalties early in the game, like all these things really made it where they had to play such a high level, and they have. But now it allowed Philly to hang around, and they're showing you why they are a 9-1 football team. You're not going to dominate them for 4 quarters.
2nd and 13. Is usually where Diggs shows up. Here's the pass. And it was intended for Diggs. Incomplete. Bradbury was back there cradling the ball after it hit the ground.
It's a double move. Watch this. Bradbury doesn't bite. It's an out. Go. Nope. He stays back deep. Trust the system. And then Josh throws a one-hop in there to the wrong guy.
3rd down. 3rd and 13.
The emotions of the game right now for the quarterback. You feel the weight of this. Don't try and do too much here. Extend with your legs if you have to. Buy time.
Backpedals to the 30. In trouble. He's not going to get away this time. Brandon Graham got to him first. And then Reddick helped close the deal.
What an incredible job by this D-line of having the integrity to stay in their lanes but pushing the pocket. And by that point, Josh couldn't get free.
I want to welcome those of you who were watching the Kansas City Chiefs victory in Las Vegas today. Jim Nance, Tony Romo, Tracy Wolfson. Here's the punt by Martin. Covey. Britton Covey up the middle. Hamlin on the tackle. And for those that are just joining us, about 30% of the country just coming in right now. This was a game where the Bills led by 10 at halftime, saw the Eagles trim it to 3. The Bills drove back down and scored again to go back up by 10 in the 3rd quarter. But the Eagles have had 3 touchdown passes by Jalen Hurts here in his last 4 attempts.
And that's the biggest thing. With 2 great teams, there's going to be adjustments within the game. And right now, the Eagles found something. They started to get wide in the run game. That opened up a lot because it made Buffalo have to get down in there. And you see the safeties now aren't putting the blanket. There's only one guy back, and now you've seen the big plays go to the receivers. Normally they get a whole blanket around it.
It's 1st and 10, play up the middle. And
whoa, what is going on? What in the world?
Well, it's Phillips in the middle of that ruckus. He's had a few of those.
Well, you saw Phillips drive Juergens 51. See if you can see it right there. Drives him down, and then as he gets down, they're pushing and scrambling, and then he's just using that body weight. These two have been battling all day. Get off me. It's getting chippy out here.
2nd and 9. He's going to pass. Rolling right. Nope, he's going to keep it and pick up about a yard. Johnson running with him.
Yeah, one of the better corners at his position in the league, and he does a great job in the slot, nickel corner, and guarding the guys inside, and he pressures. And that time he did a good job of beating the running back and chasing down Hurts.
Von Miller coming in for this 3rd down play.
And for who hasn't watched Buffalo all year, Von's been slow to kind of come back off of that injury last year. I'm seeing signs of life. He is not back yet, but he's right up here. And we'll see if he turns it on. This is about the time of year where they're going to need him.
He's been close once today. Here they come in on Hurts. He's going for the home run ball. It's only Buffalo back there. As Douglas had a chance to get the pick, he'll force the punt. Pass intended for Smith.
It's a great job by Douglas to get in the way and stop Smith's momentum. And that's just perfect technique all the way until it was to catch a ball. And it wasn't the best, but give him credit with a speedster like Smith to stay on top.
There's Mann's punt. Doesn't travel very far in the air. It's picked up by Shakir, and he's leveled by Lovato. 7 minutes to go. Bills are down 4. Next Sunday, regional action, week 13. Denver and Houston early. Many of you are going to see that game. Some will get your game late. Carolina at Tampa Bay. And it all starts at noon Eastern with the NFL Today. Well, the Broncos victorious today, 29-12 over Cleveland. And that is one of the great midseason turnarounds I've ever seen. A team that gives up 70 at Miami early in the year, come racing back and doing what they're doing. This win streak still going, and then at the playoff hunt for sure.
Yeah, I mean, they'd be half a game ahead of Buffalo if Buffalo loses today.
If Buffalo loses, Tony, they would drop to 10th in the AFC. First down carry. Nice cut by Cook. Cook picks up 11. That was one big jump cut at the line of scrimmage, and that freed him for that big gain.
Great job there, just calming everything down. Last two possessions were a little bit like, we got to score the touchdown now and go. And it's like, there's a ton of game left. Stay poised. That stop by Buffalo, I can tell you, Jim, from experience, that calms the quarterback. You don't have to do everything. I got a football team who will help me.
Taking it from under center. That's jumping outside this time with Cook. Ellis is on him. He's got another carry for 10 plus.
You know, we talked about what the key is in the second half, and it was time for Buffalo to start running it on the early downs, and they do this. And the great jump cut by Cook, and this is why I think Buffalo is extremely dangerous this year. If they can get in the playoffs, they can run the football throughout football games and overpower opponents.
Murray comes in for Cook, who gave them two nice runs. Bring the ball near the 50. Murray straight ahead, slips through tackles, and Tony, that's 3 straight runs for over 10 yards.
And that's where the defense gets tired as the game goes on. This is against the front, who's the best in the NFL against the run. You don't normally move and displace the guys inside, but they got enough movement. It's a good job by Spencer Brown moving Carter a little bit out of there where he only gets an arm tackle. And then a good finish by Murray. They've just done this on the last play and 2 plays ago, probably setting up the play action here, right? Are they going to do it a third time?
Yeah, no, here they go again with a carry. This time only a gain of 7 with Murray. So they are just grinding out big chunks, and we're moving inside now. 5 minutes to go in this game.
Well, they're doing a great job of double teaming right up to the backup backer. So you're going to find the interior of the line makes him have to make a decision to shoot the gap right away or not, and he's getting exposed a little bit with Cunningham being out.
2nd and 3. 4 running plays to start this drive. They've all been effective.
They're going to do it the other way.
Here they go again. Murray this time only able to dive for 1. It'll be a 3rd and 2.
We've been saying it all year. I said they can actually run the game out and win now. I never thought they could do that in years past.
Yeah.
They could throw it. They had all the weapons outside and everything. But this is really one of the few times I've seen them say, hey, we got to go win the game. Let's go ahead and hand the ball off. Each time you keep doing it, you build more confidence in it, and you'll do it more.
Biggest call for Joe Brady in his 2-week term as offensive coordinator, a Sean Payton disciple. We were just talking about Sean. Here's the 3rd and 2. They've got the first down with the catch. Murray has the first down at the 28.
It's a great job seeing the leverage of everybody. They're late to get over there. And Murray just runs a simple flat route, and the safety's late to get down, trying to disguise way too long.
They're just running this thing down.
That's what I was saying. It's like we haven't seen that from a Bills team. They've always had to throw to win. They've thrown a 2-yard pass, a 4-yard pass on this drive.
That completion, by the way, put Josh Allen over 300.
Great call.
To Diggs, blocker ahead. It was Davis. Diggs slices up the middle to the 12-yard line.
Joe Brady is calling a fantastic drive right now. And now I would tell you, okay, Josh, I'm going to get you all the way down here. Joe Brady off to a great start the last 2 games. using the back more than before and making the game simpler in some ways, even though Dorsey had done a really good job. But it was just sometimes it's time.
First down at the 13. Johnson. Stop for a moment.
Wow.
Still going. Look at this. He somehow squeezed 5 yards out of that. And that'll bring it, unless Philadelphia does something with timeouts here, that brings us to the 2-minute warning.
This is a very tough call on both sides. Buffalo doing a great job taking it all the way down. You know it's 4-down territory. And Philly now, I think, would probably use their timeouts after the 2-minute warning if they have another run, because Buffalo won't be afraid of time at any point here.
They've had the ball for 5 minutes plus to get inside the 10. 2 minutes to go.
Tied. Really tough decision. But if you want to score throwing the football, I think you'll have a great chance getting one-on-one matchups across the board. I would run it and rely on this O-line again.
They're going to run it. It's Cook with the cut and the slash, and he's down to just inside the 6-yard line.
And this make Philly use the timeout, and they did a great job. Good job by Nick Sirianni being on top of the situation here.
Just a reminder, tonight on CBS begins with 60 Minutes and One American Marine's commitment to support Ukrainian families, followed by back-to-back episodes of Yellowstone tonight on CBS Sunday.
That's actually almost perfect. Yeah, I mean, if you're Buffalo, you wish you got into that 3rd and 2 area. But by doing that, you give Philly a chance to stop you. Because now it's real interesting. You're right in the... Do you play a run defense? Do you come after him with everybody? Offensively, defensively, you cannot let Josh Allen use his legs. But there's no point in trying to slow play anything, Jim. You score as soon as you can.
You can get a first down inside the 3. It's 3rd and 4, down 4. Here's the pass up top. Gabe Davis has the touchdown. Big game. Gabe does it again.
This was all set up, and this is where I thought they could have done on the play before, because you know they're going to defend. But I want you to watch backup Ellis right here. He's going to get lost when you find them come right in, and he doesn't know where the ball is, and the ball goes right above his head. And he's...
Perfect strike right into the chest, and Davis hauls it in. And now the extra point, which is vital for Bass.
It's hard on Ellis, too, because he's got to go in the 1 foot.
Drills it.
Bradbury gives up the inside leverage. It's like, who's at fault? Well, it's like Bradbury, you got to cover him, but it's hard. No help inside on a cut split.
An unselfish wide receiver. You don't say that very often, but that's Gabe Davis. Last week, not even a single target. He played every offensive step, not one target, and got a game ball.
Got the game ball.
For his blocking.
People don't understand all the dirty work, right?
Yeah.
He's the one who fits in here on all these drives, gets in there and blocks a linebacker, a safety, as if he's a tight end or an O-lineman, and then gets rewarded from it, because no one's expecting you just to go right there and do that.
Well, today he's got 5 catches for 92 yards and that touchdown with 1:52 to go.
It's a big moment for him, too. They've needed someone else to kind of take off. So much of the weight is on Diggs' shoulders, and Gabe Davis is that guy who can really make it difficult on how teams cover the Bills on the outside when he takes off. But, like I said, if they score quickly, why the run was a big part of it, because you could run it. If you got into 3rd and 1, you'd run it again, the timeouts, but now they got a 3-point advantage where they can go down and kick a field goal to tie.
And Jalen Hurts has been so hot here in the second half.
Well, he hasn't had a game-winning drive in a long time, Jim. It's been almost a week.
It's been 6 days. These two quarterbacks are something else. Just in their 20s. They met when they were in their teens. They were down in the Manning Passing Academy together. That's where they first met. Now they meet on a rain-soaked field for a game that's important on both sides.
I would use the quarterback's legs. This is a very challenging defense structurally to go against in the pass game the whole drive.
They pick up the blitz. He's able to go up top, and the ball is caught. Good job with the hands by Brown. And he stays in bounds.
Yeah, it's a great job. with the catch, but also keeping him in bounds. The secondary out there by Douglas. I'm telling you, the quarterback's legs, I would get him involved in the run game, screen it, but it's hard to pass against these guys.
2nd and 1. Gainwell has it. And he got out of bounds for the first down.
So right now you're playing normal football, no big deal. As a quarterback, you're definitely trying to get in field goal range, obviously, right? But you're not trying to score the touchdown yet. Once you get the play and you get into that 40-yard, past the 50, then you'll play the clock, see how much time, how many timeouts you have. Right now, you can still throw it short, use your legs, do anything, stay in phase.
1st and 10 with 1:21 to go. Open. AJ, another first.
Great job. The defense gets a little frightened by giving up a touchdown once you get to this area of the field. Take underneath stuff, do it again. Don't use your second timeout till about 45 seconds.
From the 48. Trying to put pressure on. They don't get to him. Not even close. Gainwell hurdles out of bounds as they now have the ball at the 45 of the Bills.
Bills had some confusion here. They were misaligned a little bit. And Jalen Hurts doing a great job taking underneath. That feeling, the emotions of not giving up the touchdown is what's allowing Philly to drive the field, throwing it underneath. Way to be patient.
Look at that for a career. Not bad. A guy that's been so clutch, he's never missed in the postseason either in his career.
Now you're going to see difference. Buffalo will get more aggressive technically, not on the outside. They won't give up a touchdown there, but these guys inside will be tighter.
2nd and 4. Pass to Smith, and they're in field goal range.
Great patience, great poise. We know that. He's had that. It's the moment. He's probably stepped on a football field, but now I'd pick it up a little bit. You're still trying to go win the game with a touchdown.
Jumping across Epinesa, who's going to point and say that it was a flinch.
It was Kelsey. I thought Kelsey did flinch there. We'll see. Epinesa's trying.
Well, they're not sure. They don't have the immediate call.
False start by the offense, number 62. It's a 5-yard penalty and a potential 10-second runoff.
They're going to have to use a timeout.
Yes.
So watch right here in the middle. Right there. Kelsey has that little flinch. And remember, your eyes are on the ball as a D lineman. As soon as that center does that, that's enough to get it called. Rare mistake by one of the great centers in the history of the NFL.
Yeah. Future Hall of Famer.
So they used the timeout so they didn't get a 10-second runoff, Jim.
So they're down to 1.
Correct.
1 timeout. The ball's backed up to the 39 with 38 seconds.
And now you got to make sure you get in field goal range for real. Fake the handoff. Do something short.
Right back. Epinesa comes in on him, and he's forced the incompletion.
Oh, they didn't blow the whistle. Oh.
Somebody's picking that ball up, and that's Taron Johnson.
It's smart not to blow the whistle, though. That way, then, if it was a fumble, although it looked to be a forward pass, didn't it?
I thought it was. Oh, they say the ruling on the field, this is a fumble. And the crowd's looking up at the screen, and they think they would win a review on this.
After reviewing the play, the pass is incomplete.
They've already changed it on the field. That was the review. That's what kind of.
I was like, wow. It's always smart to be late with the whistle. This is why you can get it right. That ball's going forward. That's incomplete.
Yeah, it's very obvious.
But if it's really close, you should wait, right?
Yeah.
Like if that ball would have been, like when he gets hit right away, if it's out of his hand and it just kind of fumbles out there, it's happened.
So an expedited review from New York keeps this game going. It would be a 57-yard field goal attempt from here if they never gained another yard.
Quarterback's legs up the middle.
2nd and 15. It's right there for him, Tony. You saw it. So did Hurts, but Oliver crashed in on him. And again, the Eagles have taken the timeout, their final one.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's really interesting. Okay, so this is going to be an area right here. You've got third down, Jim. You don't have a timeout. You're most likely not going to get the first down. Here you go right here. At this point, Jim, you have a mayday situation. You're going to throw a ball for about 6 to 7 yards, let's say, or the quarterback runs it for 7 or 8. You can't go up and clock it because it's fourth down.
Right.
So you're going to have to shuffle the field goal unit out on the fields, and the offense will go out.
Just a reminder, the kickoff of the Ravens and the Chargers game is at 8:22 p.m. Eastern on NBC. It's 3rd and 13. And again, you got no timeouts.
Got to get out of bounds. You're not going to get up and clock it because you lose all 4 downs, obviously. But you want yards for the field goal here. You're not thinking about throwing a touchdown. You've got to get more yards in these conditions to make it safe.
Send Gainwell out to the top.
Good job not being up here, no screens. If there's a screen, it'll be outside. Oh, there's quarterback's legs right up the middle.
There's Hurts, and they stop it first with a flag, and 5 important yards going against the Eagles.
Exactly right.
Ball start. Offense number 62. 5-yard penalty. It's third down.
The second one on Kelsey in the last couple of plays. So that puts the football all the way back to the 41.
There's a lot of checking going on. He's trying to tell everybody, but watch Kelsey. Just flinched right there. That's enough to get called.
Boy, they monitor that closer than they ever did. That was a point of emphasis this year. 3rd and 17.
That was a huge 5 yards, Jim. How far is it from here?
60 yards.
Should
in
be
the
a
rain.
timeout by Buffalo, yes.
Be 60 yards in the rain if you go incomplete here.
What a job by them stopping the first quarterback run to make it go to third down.
You saw that huge opening right up the middle, and so did Hurts.
It's just one of those where you know what teams who are safe. Really smart by Philly to say, spread them all out because it looks like we're going to take shots, right? Get the ball to a receiver. Nope, we do that so that way you give us an easy running lane.
So they've had 2 false starts after they got the football down inside the 35-yard line. And now this is the absolute biggest play of the game coming up.
No question, and they've put themselves in a huge hole. I would be aggressive throwing the ball here, not for a touchdown, but I would treat it like it's a real 3rd and 17. You know, if it was 7 minutes to go and you're trying to get a first down where you can clock it, but you got to get at least 7. 5 would still be a bomb in these conditions. I think you got to get, I'd throw a slant, I'd try and get something out there or use the quarterback's legs.
Here we go from the 41. 3rd and 17. They rush 4. Hurts from the pocket, throws, and it's knocked down. It's going to come down to a 60-yard attempt. 60-yard attempt to try to tie this game at 31.
Part of me thinks you shouldn't have knocked it down and had him.
It's true.
It's no gain. Tackle there and make him all run out there to kick that field goal.
But it's so instinctive.
Great job by no. That was the play.
By the way,
do that always. Do that.
The play was going nowhere.
Nope.
It was not going to pick up anything. So here you go.
You talked about how clutch he is.
59 yards. His career long is 61, but these are not ideal conditions. Timeout Buffalo.
If it was 63 yards, would you run a fake?
On 4th and 17, I don't know.
No, I'm saying run the field goal unit out there and, I don't know, sneak digs out there on the edge and just have him run a go route. He's got a big leg. The wind is left to right a little bit. A little rain coming at him just by a little bit. Circa Tracy Wolfson.
Well, you think about it, this is it. It's going to come down to this. You make it, in all likelihood it's overtime. You miss it, and the Bills pull off the upset on the road and save a season.
Well said. Oh, here we go. Go ahead, take this one, Jimmy.
59 yards. Lovato to snap it to Mann. Elliott puts the toe on it, and the kick is good! Oh, what a kick it is by Elliott. He drilled it.
I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying almost impossible. That was unbelievable. It's hard to describe the footing. To let the wind drift it with it and ride the wind almost like you're going to allow it. You got to start it to the left so it could take it. And he made it with plenty of room to spare. That could have been good from 65.
59 yards in these conditions.
Wow.
You know, we saw
he is clutch.
In the early games today, we saw Houston try one from 58 yards in perfect conditions, Amendola, and he hit the crossbar, and the Jags won. This is how these games, you always talk about how these last 7 or 8 minutes, do you have players that can somehow pull off these kind of performances in the clutch? And Elliott just did it.
And we've said it 5 times today. You draft the right kind of guys. We all want the talent and ability, but they have that DNA, that winning DNA that you mentioned, where they're from. They've all won throughout their life, and they prove it over and over again. Kelsey is
going in.
Wow.
But this is interesting because we all know about 13 seconds and that story in Kansas City 2 years ago. Now we got 20 seconds. Can they do something like that for themselves as the ball is kicked through the back of the end zone and you've got the football and you've got 1 timeout?
It's a very interesting decision here. The conditions matter right here. The defense, who you're going against, matters. You got a dominant D-line. If you're going to be aggressive, you do have that timeout. You can get 3 plays off. 2 passes and the field goal. Your first one, it's going to be a down. You're going to go ahead and claw and kneel it out.
That's not what you expected.
And then you're going to take the shot on the net. No, they're going to kneel it. I don't mind that decision, honestly. Like I said, this is one of the best D lines in the National Football League. There's as likely to be a strip sack as there would be a 20-yard play. That doesn't even guarantee you a field goal. So is it worth it? Probably not.
So we're going to go to overtime in Philadelphia.
Wow, what a crazy finish. That was a stretch for Jalen Hurts where he threw 3 touchdowns and 4 pass attempts.
And then the Bills defense did everything it could to make the kick all but impossible. But Elliott absolutely nailed it from 59 yards away.
The only way you can make that kick is to drive it and have it rise.
Gentlemen, welcome to overtime. The rules of overtime are as follows. Each team will have 1 possession unless the first team scores a touchdown or there's a defensive score. If they don't score or if we're tied after each team has 1 possession, we're in sudden death. Each team has 2 timeouts. All reviews are initiated by the booth. Buffalo, you're still the visitor. What's your call? Heads. This is a tails and a heads. Tails and a heads. He's called heads. Heads is the call. It is a heads. You like the ball. Which way would you like to kick? Buffalo will receive on this end. Good luck, gentlemen.
So they're in the same direction they were in the 4th quarter, but the ball is going to belong to the Bills. They'll be receiving the overtime kick, including 0-2 in the postseason. That one in Kansas City 2 years ago changed the rules.
His fault.
Right, never got a chance to touch the football.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that was the impetus to change things as far as the postseason overtime rules. Rightly so, too. So here we go.
Other than 1 throw today, Jim, I think he's played exceptionally well against a dominant front. But now he's got an opportunity to play really exceptionally well if he goes down again.
Hey, the way they ran the football in the last 5 minutes that in regulation, you expect the same?
That's a great question. I would actually use that to my advantage. I'd have gotten under center to make it look like it and gotten a shot or some 20-yard gain with a comeback on the outside here.
They're going to go on the ground. Again, the cut, but it's not there. The room is not there for Cook as Davis is there to gobble him up.
They were not going to allow, after that last possession, a simple run from shotgun. Under center, you can run it left, right, outside, inside, but now you put it a little bit more in a hole. I mean, when the game's on the line, Josh Allen needs the ball in his hands at least 2 times. You don't run it twice and then say, save us. Give him 2 cracks at it.
There's the pass. Incomplete. Diggs looking around for the flag.
Oh, my gosh.
It does not exist. Slay on the coverage.
Oh, I thought that was a penalty for sure. Didn't it look like it? We'll see. Slay, who's played really good today. Does he grab him right at the end? Yeah, that should have been a penalty. Look at, he's pulling him. He's holding him the whole time.
Yeah, when usually you get a tug on the jersey like that, it's automatic. No call this time. 3rd and 9.
Wow, if I'm a Bills fan, I'm very upset right now. If I'm an Eagles fan, I'd say, well, you did that to us earlier, so it's fair is fair.
Here's Josh on 3rd and 9. Guns it, caught. Davis, first down at the 40.
Wow. That's why you give Josh Allen 2 cracks at it. They'd have had to punt if he doesn't get this. The first one doesn't go his way, slides out, but then reshuffles inside, and then that was a hose right there. In these conditions, that's a huge catch. That's not that easy. Rain's let up a little bit, but it's still there.
Davis has gone over 100 yards with his 6th catch. First down from the 39.
Now they'll get back to that run.
There's Cook again, not getting the kind of room to operate like he did late in the 4th quarter. Davis with another tackle.
Yeah, it's 2 in a row there, and that's why he's in the game. He is a monster of a man. Big Jordan Davis showing off that skill set right there, using that leverage and body weight.
A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith waiting and hoping they get their turn. 2nd and 9. Pass, open man, Diggs. Oh, Diggs unable to catch it. As Bradbury was there to try to break it up.
It was a great throw, great route. And you can't do a whole lot when your top receiver who caught it maybe.
Like, I tell you what, you have a case there. As they try to take it to the ground, that would be the call, even though it was punched out.
It was too quick. I think even though you're down, it's like, what a great job by him getting that ball out right there. That would have been a catch.
And would have been a first down. So now you got another 3rd and long. Allen on the run. He's got room. He's got the first.
That's why you never don't give him at least 2 cracks at it, Jim.
Yep.
The best quarterbacks, they need, you never go run, or screen or something. It's like he will make it, and watch this fake out right here. Oh, sorry, goodbye, Hassan.
Yeah. That is the 6th time in this game Buffalo has converted on 3rd and 7 or longer.
Wow.
That is rare.
He's using his legs. Coming in to last week when we did their game, he was great when he did run with the ball. He hadn't done it much this year, but they had super high, more than expected. Now they're getting back to that run to the right.
1st and 10.
The receivers didn't know that it wasn't a run to the right. Sure field again.
Again, a reminder, Baltimore at the LA Chargers game is coming up on NBC at 8:22 Eastern time. Allen today has accounted for 412 yards.
And by the way, that is a run pass option. It's just a handoff, but if you get people off leverage, you can throw it. Sherfield has come in for Diggs multiple times today, and it's kind of hurt with a couple of the miscommunication.
It has not worked out. 2nd and 10. There's Cook, slips through a tackle and tries to get to the 40. It's going to be another 3rd and about 6.
Flag though at the end of this, right by the quarterback's legs.
Roughing the passer.
Boy.
Defense number 41. It's a 15-yard penalty added to the end of the play. First down.
That'll take the football all the way to the 26-yard line.
And you've got,
Morrow.
It's a really close call. I'm a little acting job, but at the same time, you can't do that. They're always going to protect these quarterbacks. As soon as he shoves them in that extension, that's the correct call. Even though you'd be like, you can't push a big guy like that.
He's a guy that you can't get down.
Exactly.
But that time, it took
really
just a little shove to take him off his feet. So I've seen him in his commercials. He's a really good actor.
Handoff this way or a little smoke out here.
1st and 10. And that is Murray.
Jordan Davis again, Jim. He's showing up on these run plays.
Let me remind everyone again, if they are able to successfully navigate these 26 yards to the end zone, they win the game.
Which has never happened to Josh Allen in an overtime. He's gotten some bad breaks. Maybe the breaks are turning for him.
Well, this would be the time to do it.
You're an Eagles fan, you want none of that. This team is notorious for hitting the quarterback on big plays when they know you're passing.
2nd and 10. Threatening to run again. Fakes the pass and then runs out of bounds at about the 20-yard line. And we got Davis down.
6'6", 336 pounds, and he was running step for step.
But he also,
Josh Allen there, and that took a lot out of him, though. I hope he's okay. But watch this. No 336-pounder is going to stay with Josh. He was catching up. And I'm being generous at 336, I think, Jim.
Davis trying to grasp for him.
Gosh, the effort it takes to win. That's that championship DNA, that, you know, that winning formula that these people, the best in the world, have. You see it on both sides of the ball here today.
He's made plays in overtime. He's up on his feet now. I'm sure he's exhausted. But you're going to have a 3rd down coming up, a 3rd and 7. Remember, we were just talking about 3rd and 7s?
It's been the difference right now if they win the game, right?
It's been absolutely critical for them to stay in this game in the late going with some of these conversions.
And that's part of the reason why Philly is vulnerable. 27th in the league on 3rd down, and not very good on 3rd and long. And it's like that's an area with a great D-line that should be home run, right?
Well, if you don't get the 7, you know, you got to put points on the board here. You would kick the field goal.
You cannot give you're exactly right. So here's the biggest thing. A 6-yard sack is not a killer. Sometimes it is, not right here. The biggest thing is you can't give them the ball. No strip sacks from behind you, no fitting it in there and hoping it works out. If it's there, you rip it. If not, you use your legs and you accept and you kick the field goal. Nobody moved with Diggs, who motioned over here. Here comes Slay. Now you know, man-to-man, all-out pressure. Here they come.
Diggs has Blankenship on him at the bottom. Here's the pass down the field for the win. And Davis and Allen with a little miscommunication because Davis had separation.
This is an absolute killer if they don't win this game. Watch Davis. He's going to go here. Allen thinks he goes into the middle. He's got to let it go. But that's the choice routes. He's like, Gabe, it's all out pressure. Just turn your head.
Yep.
There are times you sit there and Brady knows touched. Oh my gosh. No.
Would have won the game. Now a 40-yard field goal from Bass. Bass from 40, and the kick is good.
Well, this is where it's happened to Josh multiple times in the playoffs. Or in overtime, where it's like he's done everything right. I mean, if you go back last week, Patrick Mahomes threw a dime with about a minute and some to go in the game that should have possibly beaten Philly, but the receiver dropped it.
Valdez-Scantling.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, did the quarterback do his job? Yes. But Gabe is upset after playing an outstanding game today.
Plants the helmet right there on the heater rod. Well, that would have won the game right there.
Here's what happens there, Jim. It's a corner route technically, and Gabe's like, it's a corner. But if you beat the guy right away and you know it's all out pressure, the quarterback's like, just turn and look. So that's a really hard one to say who's wrong.
Here's a look at the AFC playoff picture, and there are the Bills right now sitting at 6-5. If they go 7-5 with a win here, if they were to win, they would bump Indianapolis back to in the hunt on that column. But you drop it, you're going to be right there in that 10th position. And you're going to need a lot of great performances and help the rest of the way. Again, the Eagles come in with just that 9-1 record. They're the first team to lose in the Super Bowl and come back and start 9-1 or better since the Buffalo Bills of '91.
Wow. I mean, that's a testament to the coaches and
See, I'm not buying that target line. That says he's got to get to the 32. That would be a 50-yard field goal. Didn't he just make a 59-yarder?
I agree. That's not accurate. That's where they're like, oh,
I would like to move that target line.
We just saw it. But 14 yards there. It's got to be where it's possible to make.
Yeah.
But they call it a target line. That's like a target. But I'd also want my target to be the 3-yard line.
He's going to keep it.
Great play call.
And he's going to run for about 9.
It's a great drive starter. It's the same as handing it off, but this one is a designed quarterback run, and he's not an empty, so he has a blocker now with his running back.
Josh knows, can his team, if they could come up with a 4-down stop, or if they could come up with a takeaway, they win the game.
They've looked so good this year. I mean, the point differential this whole season, Philly's only plus like 50-some points. They're up like 140. It's like, technically, you could argue they're the better team in a lot of areas.
2nd and 2, they're going to dump it off to Swift. He's got the first, and he falls at the 37. Well, this is the thing, because the Bills is what you're talking about. They've won 4 games by 26 plus, but they're 2-5 in one-score games. And this is going to be a one-score game no matter what the end result is.
And some of it that you watch is self-imposed. You know, they do it to themselves in some ways. For them to win this game with all the penalty differences, it's really hard when you give up an extra 100 yards almost.
New set of downs for Philadelphia.
Coming after him.
Big time blitz coming here. The pass incomplete in the area of Brown. And again, another reminder that the Ravens and Chargers game is coming up at 8:22 Eastern on NBC. We're almost going to run into the start time of that game.
And those of you waiting 60 minutes will be coming up.
There you go. I like the way we went from Romo to promo in just one sentence. Perfect.
Been waiting to use that.
2nd and 10.
I haven't heard it.
Just came to me.
Got to watch the quarterback's legs again here, but their normal thing is to motion across. I think it's got to be a play action time for them.
There is your play action. There's your pass down the middle, and it's caught for a big gain by Devontae Smith.
What a throw. He threw it so early, and he just puts a little touch on it. But if he makes him go up the field at all, he's going to get blown up. And you see Smith's speed. What a great call by offense coordinator Brian Johnson. And now it puts McDermott in a little hole. You still know a field goal is not beating you, right? See, do you get aggressive right here to keep him out of field goal range? Or no. They changed the target line for you, by the way.
Yep. Play action again. Touchdown would win the game as Hurts rolls out. And he is already to the 40-yard line.
Both quarterbacks using their legs to extend. It's always what the safe approach and the right way to do is to can't take a sack and put you behind the chains. Makes it so much harder.
Well, now we know they're already within field goal range for Elliott. He's made it from a yard shorter than this point. 2nd and 4. Brown, ball came out. If that's a catch, this game is over.
Oh my gosh, this is going to be close.
This is going to be a Gene Steratore moment. They're ruling incomplete on the field.
Ruling on the field is an incomplete pass. It's 3rd down.
That was stripped out of his hands by Dotson.
I mean, this could be the ball game. Buffalo could win this right here after this replay, or Philly could go down and win the game. Oh my gosh, this is so close.
Let's bring in Gene.
I think that's going to be incomplete.
Okay.
It looked so fast, it reminded me of the other one, incomplete.
And they're going to stop it now. They're going to stop it I guess the Bills, they call the timeout, gives time for a little more scrutiny of that
Smart.
replay.
I think that's right, don't you?
I mean, Gene, what do you think?
To me, guys, he did not get that third step or time element to make the football move. I felt like there was possession 2 feet, but I really didn't feel like there was that time element after the second foot. Here's our replay with the possession 1-2. It feels like it's out. Real time always feels much quicker. Here it is slower. You got 1 foot, 2, and just at that point the ball comes out. To me, that third element just doesn't feel definitive enough with a ruling 2 on the field of incomplete.
Yep, I agree. I think this is Philly's ball.
It's also 3rd and 4.
Well, you're technically in field goal range, but do you want another 58, 60-yarder?
Yeah.
No. Quarterback's legs. Take the hand up. You got to get in man-to-man here. You got to get up on him. You can't do any little throw on the outside where they can just catch something for a little screen or something. This is where you fake this, and then he comes out and uses his legs.
Here's the pass. Smith with the first down. He was wide open.
That was way too soft for Buffalo. I know you're protecting the end zone. That's such a hard thing to explain to people, because the corner or Dotson could have either come off there, but if you do, you risk giving up the big shots, and it was like, but you could have made him into that field goal. Was it worth it?
Inside 3 minutes.
And the clock matters here. Unlike a Super Bowl, at 0, it's a tie game if it's 34-34.
1st and 10. Here's Swift. He's got room. Swift slips through a tackle, and he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
This is outstanding, cutting all the way back. The over pursuit by Buffalo allows that, and with a slippery field, once he turns back, the leverage can't make it up. Poyer tried. And Swift's done that now back-to-back weeks with some huge plays in the second half against great teams.
Nick Sirianni, again, says we never panic. We have guys that know how to win, and they can win it with a touchdown.
This would be a backbreaker for Buffalo fans, and this would be the pedigree of championship teams.
There goes Hurts. Hurts to the end zone, and the Eagles have won it in overtime.
That's the championship DNA we were talking about all game. You could be behind on yards, on plays, and they still win. Kelsey in the middle, watch your center. Boom! Pancakes to win the game. They have that it factor, don't they?
As resilient as they come. 4th straight game, they trailed at halftime, and they come back to win. An amazing game.
Jimmy, that's the 4th straight game they've been outgained. The other 3 by averaging over 100 yards. Today was even more than that, 130. You don't win football games when you get outgained. Maybe one game, not 4 in a row.
Fly, Eagles, fly. Serenading these fans who are absolutely stirred to a frenzy as the rain falls and the Buffalo Bills suffer a devastating blow here in overtime. 10-1. 10-1 for the Eagles. Once again, they find a way to win.
Devontae Smith, give him a credit. Second time back-to-back weeks, right? Huge game. Second half killed it.
The Bills go into a bye week now.
Oh, backbreaker for them.
They will come back, and we'll be there in Kansas City in 2 weeks. It'll take on the Chiefs.
They're in must-win territory now.
Yep.
For 5 straight weeks. Might get one reprieve. That's the most room for error you have against some very strong opponents.
The final score is Philadelphia 37, Buffalo 34. Tonight on CBS begins with 60 Minutes, followed by Yellowstone. For Tony, Tracy, and Gene Steratore, Jim Nance saying so long from Philadelphia. You've been watching the NFL on CBS. We hope you had a joyous